I became a participant in a new Montauk project.
Is that an SCP reference? Huh. I think... Oh, man. Oh. Which I'm not going to. I like that he made posters to explain how his device works. I hope it's in the form of a gun. I really do think that all problems can be solved if they are in the form of a gun. I need more hacks. Doop. Doop. Got it. Please tell me I get a light gun. No, not a flashlight, you fool. It's a light gun. It's a gun for light. It shoots light.
I'm sorry, Dr. Price, but seeing runes
Hey,
doesn't
Key.
mean being able to decipher them. And in this matter, you are a real layman. I wouldn't even trust you to drive a scooter, let alone control monsters.
What the frick do you have against Dr. Price? How do you think you learn things? You look at it. You study it. He fucking revealed some invisible things. You didn't even know. What are you doing? What kind of doctor are you? You went to MIT. Whatever. Wait, you can't even hack your own doors. You gotta buy a hack tool. You're a hack tool. Oh. Play some games? Play some games? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, well. No games.
Log entry 2148. I've detected potent rune activity in one of the test chambers. If you're listening to this, you're tasked to investigate it. Take my rune lamp. Reveal what hides in plain sight. That's our first step to gain control. Go now to the chamber. The lamp is essential. Don't be swayed by Bennett's sound theories. True understanding lies in the runes. Trust in the lamp and in Dr. Spark.
And in Dr. Spark. All praise Dr. Spark. That is truly where we can all agree. You must. Don't touch, okay? You must believe in Dr. Spark. I don't know about this room. You know,
It's
I don't.
all lies, all around. I came here to develop a cure for all diseases, and as a result, I became a participant in a new Montauk project.
Is that an SCP reference? Huh. Oh, dude, your lamp, your tool, your special tool is a fluorescent lamp. Oh boy. Did I get the gun? Did you give me the gun? Man, I'm so glad they put the hack store right next to the door you need it. That is really convenient. I love this game, by the way. I'm not criticizing at all. This is amazing. I'm having the best time. I didn't get the gun! Where's the gun? Where's the light gun? The gun of light? You said?
Log entry 2141. Bennett. The man has no direction, no focus, chasing shadows in his sonic reverberations. I fear he's wasting our precious resources. Yet Dr. Spark trusts in all our research, his wisdom, his faith. It's the one thing that keeps us together in this chaos.
Oh yeah. The only thing, honestly, that keeps you from blasting Dr. Bennett with high-powered light. RM lamp! Room lamp! Room lamp! I didn't get the gun. Yeah, do. Yeah, I hear you. Do. Oh. No. What? Don't do it! Don't do it! Alright, you hold on. I gotta go get a lamp. Or a gun. Did you not give me a gun? Did you? Did I not? Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Did I miss it? I guess I missed it. I don't get a gun. I deserve a gun, but I don't get one, I guess. Well, that was really something. That was... I think it's obvious, where this is all gone. Very obvious. So... What about that whole snack thing? Is there nothing I was supposed to do about the snacks? Ooh, what are you? What are you? I had a whole Dr. Price spiel about a light gun and you're just gonna give me this gun with no preamble? Is this the work of Dr. Spock's genius? His undeniable chutzpah. His charisma knows no bounds. He truly is the greatest. Man, this went to no use. This really did not get used.
Nostrum simulates emergency situation to test employee actions and modern knowledge. Margaret provided for enhanced simulation.
You know, Susie, if one day a truly advanced AI appears, the first thing it learns is how to hide how smart it is. What do you think? Nothing? Maybe you really are smarter than you look.
Neutralize Sparky with a special key terminal located in the car. Activate them with key light. Key light can be found in residential complexes. Having a key terminal to load key light depending on the type of Sparky's monster.
But you didn't teach me how to do the goo. I don't know how to goo. What? Oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What?
videos right now. What time is it? 7? Call me back at 10. Okay. Yeah, call me back at 10. Or I'll probably call you before that. Well, I'm done here on my end. Okay, no problem. Talk to you later.
Alright, hold on. I'll be back
What
in
the
just a moment.
fuck, man? I'm standing in my goddamn base. Leave me the fuck alone. This goddamn fucking hazard protection bullshit. Almost fucking died here.
Sorry, just doing some retard fumigation.
Oh, this is the personal force field. Oh. L1. Oh, nice. Accuracy is really good on that. It's too slow though. It's got a good range.
I got some wacky vintage clothing the other day. Like properly vintage, like 50 years old. Prove it? Alright, you guys are gonna think it's funny. I'll show you super quick.
Need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So I need
Alright, check it, okay?
18. I need 8 more
Old
navigation
fashioned-
things.
Here, wait, I gotta wear it so it looks proper. It's a goddamn Coca-Cola mechanic shirt from like the 80s. Of course, I'm wearing a shirt underneath the shirt. Oh god, the LARPing? LARPing what? Yeah, it's like the kind of guy who'd repair like Coca-Cola vending machines. Ain't that cute? I feel like there's a kind of aesthetic irony that you could go for here. Again, it bunches up right now because I'm wearing a shirt under the shirt, so it normally fits pretty. But I think it's cute. It's cute. I think it's cute personally. I feel like there's a look that it could go with. Like if I was wearing gray shorts and I tucked these into the shorts, they kind of bunched up at the bottom.
Where's the other planet? Can I see it? Which one is
No,
that?
hold on. The other one's wackier.
I can't see anything else, so I think that's it. It's supposed to be the closest one.
Wackier. I'm gonna put it on properly, okay?
Or it could be that planet. That looks closer. What's that, farting hawk? It's inside the planet. I think I'm gonna spawn at the space station.
Alright. It's a goddamn authentic cowboy pearl snap quilted shoulder shirt. How cute is that? Yeehaw. We're yeeing and we're hawing. Hell yeah, brother. We're rooting and we're tooting.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I need a big white hat. Bosch Montana art. Are you shooting? By God, I'm shooting. I don't want to tie the neck up. Plantation owner? This isn't a plantation owner fit. This is like a yeehaw cowboy howdy howdy fit. Same thing? No, different parts of the country. Get the revolver, it's time. Yeah, if only I could. Can't brandish firearms in a YouTube live stream anymore. I have the things buttoned up. These are all buttons, by the way. Or like, sorry, they're like snap buttons. Not, normal buttons. Apparently, cowboy get-ups used to have these rather than normal buttons because their clothing would get caught on like cacti and barbed wire, and they would have to replace the buttons all the time. But if you had these snap buttons, it would just undo the button, preventing you from having to repair the outfit. Anyway, it fits me pretty good, I think. I have the white denim jacket. Wonder if that would look good with this.
You think that's it? Algae. It's behind algae. There it is.
Might not layer properly. Nah, probably not. It's too much. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's not too bad, but it's a lot. What do you think, Demon Mama? You're certifiably
Thinking
gayer
of making
than
a
your
base
most
on
famous
algae.
chat.
Or Huba.
Kind of
whatever
like
it's
with the right
called.
hands, think you can make it work. Yeah. You know, I don't actually have a pair of blue jeans. This and a pair of blue jeans will win the heart of any Montanan girl. Okay, so I have to go over there and get pussy. Is stream over? No, I'm streaming. You don't have blue jeans? No, got black jeans and gray jeans. You look more Texan than Ted Cruz. No modern politician would have the balls to dress with quilted shoulders, okay? I think I'm doing just fine. At this point, this is being a homosexual, okay?
Oh, you follow me everywhere now. Nice. Okay, so
I can see the threads of the seams though, Vosh, and it's driving me crazy. This outfit's from, if I remember correctly, 83, so it's at least 40 years old. There's going to be a bit of wear. There was one shirt that I saw at the thrift store that I really liked, but it was too small. People were a lot smaller back in the 80s, in every dimension. I'll tell you that much. Red cowboy shirt, Earl Snap. What was it called exactly? It was like... God, I hate the way this looks on other people. Because when you look up like Google image search or whatever, like show me how this looks, they look like conservative men. They look like they want to do hate crimes or whatever. But I feel like if done properly, you can look like a real rootin' tootin' fashion boy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it though. Whatever. Night Night, what are you talking about? Why is it that every once in a while, is it because like some people are behind in the YouTube video? When I look at chat sometimes, I'll see people that look like they're indignantly responding to something from earlier in the VOD, but in the context of the now, it looks psychotic. No, you just replied to Ted Cruz. The Ted Cruz mention was only a minute ago, and now you say, don't care about beheadings edgy. What are you talking about? Why are you polluting my chat with these non sequiturs? They're not even in the past, they're in the current. Will from PA was being edgy about beheading. Oh, okay. Why you at people? Here's an excellent cowboy look. That's a bit much for me. Hold on. You know who, so my one and only fashion correspondent, Derek Guy, Mr. Guy, has been posting some bangers lately. Just give me a moment. good, but not what I tend to wear. Oh yeah, here, I saw this. So somebody posted this and said all men look good in this outfit, which is not true, and it looks very silly for a couple of reasons. But then they suggested improvements, and Derek Guy really likes the cowboy gear. Look, this is a nice pearl snap. Snap button western. Yeah, this. I don't think this is fully cotton, but that looks good, you know. I don't think that looks super conservative. See, it's the snap button, and it has the double pockets in the breast. These are boot cut pants. See, they have a bit of space flared forward to accommodate the boot inside. Looks good. There were a couple of good outfits here that I wanted to pay mine to. God damn. You guys see what I mean, right? I'm trying to work towards something here. God damn. Oh my god. Does this guy not look like he would be in a kung fu movie and he would be like the nerd who like doesn't get it, but then at the end becomes a kung fu master or something? This is like main character clothing. So good. Oh yeah, and this is about high-waisted pants. I need to try high-waisted pants. I desperately need to try it. Holy sh! I want black linen.
Alright,
high-waisted
alright,
pants
we're
so
getting a little
badly,
too
you guys
big
have
for this.
No idea. Holy
Come on.
shit! Yeah, it's the big pants arc, right? Wouldn't we need big pants? Okay, I think we're running in the weeds a little bit right now. No substance soda, that's it. Is it possible to own a receding hairline? Yeah, I think so.
God damn, I got so much shit. Oh,
Would pants like that work for you, Rosh? Although I want to try them. Alright. Alright. I guess I'm wearing a cowboy outfit now. How many viewers did we lose with that brief foray? 1,000. That's actually not that bad. Okay. Half of Twitch is men in their 30s with receding hairlines. This might sound really fucking dumb. But I always thought one of the good bits of hopium or whatever, or men with receding hairlines, is looking at history. If you look at history, like, men have always had receding hair, right? You look at, like, different haircuts or styles or whatever, like the Japanese, like, old Japanese hairstyles, and it's like, dude, this, like, terror of losing your hair, this is like a weird modern thing, right? Like, for all of human history, guys have just dealt with receding hair, and it's been like fine, you know. But we have a complex about it now. It seems really dumb. There's always a way to look good. Gotta rock a colored undershirt like. Ha!
Unknown building, let's go there.
This might be a bit much for me.
Let's find a resource
These
depot,
are-
cause some trouble.
There are some remarkable forms and silhouettes that are happening here. What the fuck is that collar? Okay. One sec.
The rapidly intensifying conflict between Israel and Palestinian militants roared into a second day Sunday. The new fears the surprise attack could spark an even wider Middle East war.
This is unironically sick, though. Yeah, the funny thing is that, like, you could adapt this outfit to look good today so easily without the hat, you know? Like, this is the form here is incredibly easy to put together.
Today, the Pentagon ordered U.S. warships and forces in the region to move closer to Israel, including the aircraft carrier Gerald R. Ford, currently deployed in the Mediterranean. Israeli soldiers today battled Hamas militants at the country's southern border. Hundreds have been killed on both sides, the U.S. saying some may be Americans. They include at least 260 Israelis attending a music festival near the border. Hamas claims to hold more than 100 people hostage. Israel has responded with fury. Fighter jets taking aim at targets in the Palestinian territory. Here in New York, hundreds of Israeli and Palestinian supporters held rival rallies in Times Square. And at the U.S. Capitol today, the flag was lowered to half-staff in solidarity with Israel. And CBS's Holly Williams is in Tel Aviv tonight and leads us off. Holly, good evening.
Good evening, Jarika. Here in Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country is now engaged in a, quote, long and difficult war.
Hamas gunmen smashed their way through the barrier that Israel uses to contain Palestinians in Gaza.
Navigation
Militants
data.
designated
I'll buy
as
that.
Terrorists by the US fired waves of rockets into Israel.
I'll buy
They
some
arrived
quantum
by
computers.
sea and even in paragliders. It was a
Holy
complex
shit!
It's pretty cheap.
Hold on. How up close are we getting with this footage?
and coordinated attack. What followed was a bloodletting. This Israeli soldier was apparently lynched on camera. Civilians were slaughtered on the highways and in the towns of
Jesus, good thing I pulled the camera away. Jesus Christ. CBS.
Southern Israel. In Siderot, around 2 miles from the border with the Gaza Strip, Hamas gunmen overran the police station, killing dozens. It's now a charred ruin. Minutes after we arrived today, we heard gunfire, and an Israeli SWAT team moved in.
So the police told us to get down.
Later, the police told us there was no militant, and an
Navigation
Israeli
data.
citizen had accidentally been
Oh
shot
my god, I gotta
and
save
injured.
this spot.
Their nervousness isn't surprising. Hamas also took hostages,
I'm
including
gonna build a
women.
fucking
CBS
portal
can
or
show, why
something.
can't you? I'm not
Quantum
an
computers,
incredibly
ionized
powerful,
cobalt,
wealthy
chlorine.
news station.
Unstable plasma. Yeah, they got
God
the
willing.
navigation data. Oh, that is good. I gotta come back here.
Forces. Hamas says it has continued firing a barrage of rockets at Tel Aviv as fighting rages on between the group and Israeli forces. 150 rockets were fired at the city.
Oh,
some
multi-tool
70
thing.
kilometers away from Gaza. Some rockets managed to hit.
Yeah, I'll
buildings
smoke
in
up for that.
Israelis.
We just discovered a nice spot. Just gotta figure out how to like come back here anytime.
We will take revenge for all the young
Teleport
people
if
who lost their
possible.
lives. We will target all of Hamas's positions. We will turn Gaza into a deserted island. To the citizens of Gaza, I say,
Yeah, this is the language that I was talking about. People have been arguing over the translations, but it seems like the most obvious translation of what he's saying, like no matter how you part it, is he's just talking about like basically glassing Gaza.
you must leave now. We will target each and every corner.
Like some people are saying that what he's saying is leave the areas where Hamas is identified to be active because we're bombing them. But it seems like every interpretation of his language has included something that sounds like he will reduce Gaza to ash. I've seen City of Ruin, I've seen Island of Destruction, I've seen like a bunch of translations, because again, it's not perfect. Vosh, I speak Hebrew and listen to it, and yeah, he just wants to glass the place. Yeah, so he is essentially like threatening the like extermination of Gaza. And he's not the only person in Israel's government to be doing this either. So, yeah. by the way, this has led to like no denunciation from Western media. Like, this is the leader of a nuclear country saying, yeah, we're gonna like glass Gaza, a place with 2 million people in it. And that's just like, oh yeah, well, you know, Hamas did something bad, so, you know, obviously fair reprisal.
I know I should have given them the,
Corner of the strip.
Oh, that's the end of the
the
video.
sodium. My bad. I'm gonna upgrade to this, see if it does the same
BB
damage.
will not drop a nuke. Yeah, Hamas did a terrorism, so Israel gets to do a free genocide. And where are they gonna go? Biden, you're really fucking up badly. Oh yeah, I know that generally we speak Biden's praises quite a lot in this stream. In large part because I think he has done a lot better than many have expected him to, but do not go looking to Biden for anything even remotely positive right now.
In this moment of tragedy, I want to say to them and to the world and to terrorists everywhere, the United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back. We'll make sure that they have the help their citizens need and they can continue to defend themselves.
He's been totally silent on Palestine. He's also been, which it's weird because he's been weirdly like chilly towards Israel for an American president, but I guess not under circumstances like these. Do you think he actually believes in protecting Israel or whatever, or is he like forced by his party to toe the line? Both conservatives and liberals, Dems and Republicans in America, have to toe the line when it comes to Israel. Not because Israel has power over America, they don't. The insinuation that Israel has any like meaningful power over America is borderline anti-Semitic. There are institutions like AIPAC that are really fucking annoying, but those institutions are only given power by us, much like how Israel was given power by us. In reality,
How do I build like a
everyone remembers from the
teleporter,
specter
save
of the
point,
Holocaust
communication
that
station,
anti-Semitism is bad, at least on paper, and for that
base
reason, being
computer.
accused of anti-Semitism has remained a serious accusation, a political tool here in the West. Now, in America, Jews suffer more hate crimes than any other group by a significant margin. Anti-Semitism is not only not dead, it's very alive and well. So it's one of those like really insincere things where Jewish people experience a fuck ton of anti-Semitism, but everyone has to pretend that they're like the warriors to defend Jews and subsequently Israel. So like conservatives will in one breath literally work with known neo-Nazis and like invite them under their staff and like have them in their campaign or whatever, or like disseminate neo-Nazi propaganda, or like say that people at Charlottesville were good people even though they were cheering on that. But then like they'll do that, but they have to pretend that they're like the most stalwart defenders of the Jews. But it's totally insincere. The only reason they do it is because it's a political schism that they can target each other with. Like, it's not, neither group faces reprisal or fears reprisal from American Jews. They fear reprisal from the other side, weaponizing accusations of anti-Semitism. Does that make sense? It's kind of like,
Alright, so you know what?
Complicated.
I'm gonna save this location. I can't really build anything. I'm gonna build, fuck, I can't build any of my advanced shit. I guess a base computer?
It wouldn't be the
We
first
can
time
start with
Israel
that.
considered nukes here, sadly. Israel's not considering nukes. That's not on the table. It's not happening. It's fine.
Claim base. Oh, yeah. You're under my control. I own these
Except for
Gek
maybe
now.
Eric Adams, who would actually lose the next election if he went against Israel. Yes, that is
This
true.
is
maybe the only
fucking
American
beautiful.
politicians who genuinely fear the
Okay,
Jew
okay.
are
I
New
did
York
say I
City
wanted to set up a
politicians.
base
That
on
is
this
true.
planet, so we
This
can
is,
set up something
one
a
of the
little more
few places
simple.
on Earth where Jews
How much does
have
this cost?
meaningful
Pure ferrite.
institutional power. That's not a conspiracy. There's just a lot of Jews in New York City. Big demographic. What is a Jew? Somebody with a good sense of humor.
Oh my god, mad shit. So much carbon.
Man, my patience for this kind of content is really thin. I'm gonna read donations.
Yeah, I gotta sell some shit. This is I got a lot of navigation data too.
Hop Off Z. Thank you so much for the incredibly kind tier 4 sub. God damn. You know,
How
I
much
gotta
Pure
say,
Farah
this
do I
shirt
have?
is really quite comfortable.
6K.
I feel like I
That should be enough.
let a bit of space out in the shoulders, but you know. Here. I feel like
A square room.
yeah, I feel like we could ride a horse.
Where's the entrance to this place?
Howdy.
Right over there. Got the landing
Howdy.
pad here.
Covering impending genocide in my yeehaw howdy
There's
howdy.
too much
cowboy
electricity
shirt.
to
Yeah.
set up. I gotta connect to all the fucking.
Yeah. Howdy.
I think I'll just collect to one
It is
house. It
comfy.
should be good.
There's a little bit of loose stitching at the seams to the quilting, but it's old, yeah. That's true. That's true.
Let's get a battery, some
Dude,
energy.
I need to get a different lens so that the manual focus doesn't have like a 2-inch depth of viability. That's true.
Biofuel
Boost thread
reactor.
bottom right. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I see.
Metal plating.
Thank you, Hobofc. Kevin Slims, thank you for the $2. If there was no Hamas, Israel would create them, and they did, kind of. Yeah. Joe Clem 15, thank you for the two $5 donos. Really, really appreciate that. Yes, Israel has always been an ally to larger American police forces with regards to surveillance and suppression tactics. Tim C, thank you for the $10. Need to watch a few Norman Finkelstein discussions on the Israel-Palestine conflict. I'll try to give it a shot. Nika Bubbles and Godwings 101, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Thank you kindly. Past Its Passion, thanks to the tier 1 sub. The Amazing JLP, thanks to the tier 2 sub. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 10 very kind tier 1 subs. I really appreciate that. Why wouldn't Israeli citizens be able to just live in the newly established full state of Palestine once the U.S. helps end the state of Israel? No, Demon Mama? Yeah, I don't think a one-state solution is really on the
Can I
table
not go
right now.
inside? The fuck?
Choose Orin Kane 699, thanks to the tier 1 subs. Coffee Lover, thanks to the $2. I also love coffee. Thanks to the $5. Viathan, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Glad you're enjoying Mediterranean food. Wrestling with the News, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Big Cheese Wheel, thank you for the tier 2 sub. God willing, one day. I am Fluffy Yeti. Mistress Lynn, thanks to the tier 1 subs both. Thank you. Vosh, the amount of people pretending you didn't denounce Hamas's actions is wild. Where?
Okay, can you go inside the fucking house? Okay.
Appalachian Anarchist, thank you for the $10.
The fuck?
True leftism will prevail. Yes, Berserk is excellent. Thank you. Polytone94, thank you for the $10. It's unfortunate Palestinians have to latch onto Hamas for protection against the Israeli government occupation. So many civilians are going to die on both sides, goddamn. Yeah. These are conditions created by Israel, of course. This is a desirable outcome for them. Kelfax, thank you for the tier 3 sub. Really appreciate that. Sam Marks, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Very, very kind of you. Cherry Garcia, thank you for the $2. Lunde the Elder, thank you for the $7. Really appreciate that, maybe. Hayden Arnold and Boom Boom Pow, thank you for the 5 both. Very kind of you. Alchemist, Balior, Ava Aurora, thank you all for the tier 1 subs. Really appreciate that. Jesus, Team Mama. Okay. Well, I guess there's some lore that I need to catch up on. Sometimes I forget that Chapo's still even doing stuff, to be honest. I know they're still large and they're still relevant. It just doesn't feel that way. Your Reddit is going crazy around the whole Hamas situation. I'm sure they are. God, I can't wait to bring that hammer down.
Alright, I need to get inside.
Mila Klaus Jones, thank you for the 100 check, Chrono. I really appreciate that. Tarakel, thank you for the $10.
Thank you.
Mike Benzo, thank you for the €2. Really appreciate that. Adam Halperin, thank you for the $50. That's very kind of you. This is from last stream. What started this recent uptick in violence? I think that Hamas was just taking advantage of a holiday. Caveman Real H, thank you for the $5. Captain Dimitri, thanks for the tier 2 sub. Test Trekkie, thanks for the 3 Australian. The Keymaster, thank you for the 5. Really appreciate that. Very kind.
I knew I should have just built a regular house. This shit's gonna be too fucking
World Trade 8,
complicated.
thank you for 5 Australian. Who would win, Glider of Gaza or Ghost of Kiev? Ghost of Kiev has better tech. Whiskey Business, the $5. Vosh was a professional cowboy for 7 years, actor in a theme park, and I gotta say, I fucking love that shirt. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I like it a lot too. Feels good. Not Batman 101. Thank you for the 2 $5 donuts. Really appreciate that. The One Furry, thank you for the $5. Facetious, thanks for the 5 tier 1 subs. Really appreciate that as well. Very kind of you. Easily the best take in this so far. Ah, yes, I saw this. Someone with a Pepsi has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. The Times Square Israel-Palestine protest standoff. God, if only. M, thank you for the $2. Icote, thank you for the 5 Canadian. Really appreciate that.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I have to put a door. I have to put a fucking door.
Yeah, because when the
my
Russia-Ukraine war
god.
started, Elon hadn't taken over Twitter yet. Twitter is nowhere. Twitter was so much better back
Totally
then
forgot.
in terms of misinformation.
Where's
It
the
is so
fucking
much
door?
worse now. So
Hollow
yeah,
door.
like, it was much
Need
easier to get
gold?
information right off the bat. Now it's the worst platform for
How much
it.
is the
You
regular?
are legitimately better off going to Facebook and doing searches.
Just some pure ferrite. I'll take that.
Agent Fancy Yancey at the $5. 33 receding
Nice,
hairline. Just save
nice.
it. Just shave it. I've never had one woman care about my hair. Yeah, you can shave it. Also, you can like keep it short. You know, you can have it longer and slick it. I don't know. There's ways to look good with receding hair. I don't think it's as much of a death knell as a lot of guys think it is. I think that a lot of guys basically put like no effort at all into their appearance, and they kind of rely on hair, just having hair, as a thing that they can make look nice with minimal effort. And when that's taken from them, it's like, oh no, it's all over. But they've never even tried all the shit that like women do to look good too, with like fashion or exercise or whatever else. So they kind of leave that on the table. Also, you can get a wig, or you can get that like hair restoration shit. You know, I mean, if you have the money for it or whatever, who cares? Don't joke, very fire. Agent Fancy Yancy, thank you for the $5. Mill and Miller, thank you for the $10. I feel America should politically oppose Israel and Palestine because we should not support any kind of theocracy. Thoughts on this? Palestine and Israel are both ostensibly not theocracies, even if they are heavily religious societies. But even then, like, we can't
it's close
not
enough.
support a group that's facing
What else
genocide
do we need?
just because their politics are bad, right?
Let's
Like, you
get.
still have to weigh
We
in
have a
on
better
stop
refiner
the
we
worst
could put in here.
positions. Maybe so, Paul. Thank
I'll
you.
put down a signal
Teletech,
booster,
2 subs.
metal plating,
Thoughts on
carbon
18th century
nanotubes.
fashion? I'm afraid this link doesn't work. Oh, because you double posted the link. Oh no, you didn't double post the link.
I need to
You
put
didn't
down
put
a
space
portal,
between the two
first of
link
all.
posts. Be careful, folks.
Base teleport module, metal plating, carbon nanotubes. Wait, how much? Fuck, how much? do I
Honestly,
need?
I think the main problem is that it's gay as shit. That's my main issue.
Four
If you
metal
want to do the
plating,
like
2
cool heavy
tubes.
layering stuff, I feel like there were plenty of African countries that do this really well. But this all looks so dainty, you know? Because it's all super expensive fineries that would cost like 5 times the yearly salary of your regular fucking peasant or whatever. And I think you know.
Oh, this
a boy
like
kid.
fits in here. Okay, fuck it.
Secretly mute with a tier 2 sub. Do you think it's even worth it trying to argue with people who call you anti-Semitic for taking the Palestinian side? Sure. Arguing's fun. Go for it. Coffee Lover, thanks for the 5. Maybe I will. Gideon, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Really appreciate that.
Excellent.
Dun the Mido, thank you for the $5. Why do cons deny global warming? Because they hate us and want us to die, of course. Adrian Japuff, thank you for the $10. Really appreciate
All
that.
right, trying to build a
How much do you
hallway.
go to? The Irish, thanks to 10 euros. I go to emotional place and reactionary, with Israel Palestine being Irish. If I intellectualize it, I come to the right conclusion, but my first reaction is emotional. How do you reverse that thought process? You can't. Your emotional response will always be the first one. You just have to learn to wait and go with the rational one. Joe Clem 15, thank you for the incredibly kind $20 donation. It's rare that someone is a good politician and activist. Lalo Vargas is a progressive
A
socialist
really
running
small
for CD14
corridor,
in LA,
but I'll take
replace
it.
De Leon. His is Lalo4CD14. He's currently an LAUSD teacher and activist for rent control. Well, that's good to know. I don't know what I'm to do with that information, but I'll give him a look. I'll put him on a different tab here.
Get us a
I don't
legible
often engage
room.
directly with local politics because it'd be really, really, really difficult to transfer the intention
Bro,
of an international audience.
get
to
outta
something
here.
that localized. Color, okay. But I'll take a look. Appalachian Anarchist, the $10. Link to my blacksmithing picks and forged and fire sword. Willing to forge Vosh a lay Reddit sword potentially. Oh, nice. I do not, however, wish for a lay Reddit sword. Oh, dope. Hell yes.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Blacksmithing is so cool. It's such a difficult physical art to get into because of all the equipment.
Save beacon.
You know? But it's still so cool.
Oh, metal plating.
I like this binding. Okay, Comrade Robin Hood, thanks to $5. Can you cover Turkey's bombings in Rojava? Yes, I plan to. Sake with the 5 tier 1 subs. No Fed posting. Not in chat, not
What
in
else
donations.
do I need?
Death Turtle with the $5. Vosh, please don't blame New Yorkers. No one votes in the general because everyone only votes in the Dem primaries. Candidates were
Excuse me.
terrible that year. Nah. Nah, sorry. The vote count in the Dem primaries was also really low. Way more people should have been involved. I'm sorry. Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. Midnight Kitty Boy, thank you for the very kind $15. I really appreciate that. Thanks for your confidence boost. Helped to get a partner of the years. Hell yeah. Hope it's working out. Sally Thompson, thanks to the $10.
Large refiner,
My hubby had
medium
that very shirt
refiner.
in blue when I
What
met
is
him
this?
41 years ago.
Fuck is it sitting right in the
True?
middle?
Well,
All right,
shit.
you can go right in there.
Us gals love to unsnap those snaps, Vosh. You hear that, folks? Girls' pretty small little brains can't handle unbuttoning the buttons, you know? It's like how we can't undo bras. But you get the pearl snaps, and all of a sudden the playing field is equal. That's cute. Thank you, Sally. Lever Worm, thank you for the $5. Enjoy your rice and beans. And Ismilia thanks the $5. Yes, I saw Trump blaming trans people for Hamas attacking Israel.
I don't think I really need
Sorry,
anything
not-
else.
Donald Trump Jr. Yes, I
Yeah.
saw this. As we perpetually indoctrinate our children with weakness, feminize our boys, attack masculine men, glorify trans insanity, etc., just understand one day the savages you see brutally attacking innocent civilians in the streets of Israel will be your front door, and your loved ones will have zero capability to defend yourselves. That's the future the left is creating for you. Yes, it is true. We will transgender all the military-aged men so they will be useless when Hamas invades, or something.
Nice. All right,
This
so I
is
got my
politics,
base set up
folks.
here.
Apparently, the Palestine funding bill comes with a condition that Palestine can't bring genocide charges against Israel in the International Criminal Court. Really? Limitations.
he didn't
None of the
run
funds
out and I
appropriated
didn't
under the
buy all
heading
this shit for
Economic
no
Support Fund of
reason.
This act may be available for the assistance to
That'd be
Palestinian
very
Authority
sad.
if after the date of
Actually, not
enactment of this
really.
act,
I still wanted to
1,
build a base
the
here.
Palestinians
At least now
obtain
I
the
have
same
company.
status member states or full nation states the United Nations specialist agreement to wait. It prevents them from even becoming a UN member state. Or 2, the Palestinians initiate an ICC judicially authorized investigation or actively support such investigation that subjects Israeli nationals to an investigation for alleged crime against Palestinians. Oh, wow. That's not super fucking sussy. Yeah, here you go. Here's $75 million in aid. And by the way, by taking this aid, you can't ever become a real country. Oh, and also if, you know, in case Israel does any crimes, you can't go to the ICC with it. Wow, that's super cool. Wow. Is that even enforceable? Well, it says that none of the funds appropriated
rename
under
my
this
base?
heading in this act may be available for assistance for the Palestinian Authority. So I guess it's like a fund that they could no longer draw from if either of these conditions happen. They can't literally prevent Palestinians from opening up an ICC case.
Units.
My job.
Here we go.
There are definitely no war crimes committed against Palestinians to report to the ICC bill has a lot of people asking questions already answered by the bill. Cool. I'm gonna have to look into that more in the future. We'll look into it more soon. Benjamin Gilbert Lift, thank you for the $10.
Ancient.
My parents are flying from Miami to New York just for a haircut. JFC, what can I do to explain why their behavior is demonic? Sounds like your family has a lot of money. Share around.
Federation. Yeah.
Ben Tridath with the $2. Would I be willing to interview Jay Inslee, the governor of Washington? I'll let you know if he ever calls. Very far, thanks to $2. Don't do it again. Sake Tanuki, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. I'm glad you liked the shirt. Very kind of you. Softball, thank you for the $5. A femboy could easily defeat a Hamas super soldier because Islamic jihadists are all repressed homosexuals. This is a universal trait across all religions. Radical, far-right, fundamentalist religious nut jobs. All like boys. It's a universal
blood.
So while they're distracted, the femboy could bludgeon them with a blockly.
How do I rename my base? That's all I want to
I have an
do.
intuition on morals of the situation, even given certain
Hoogum.
would you recommend any resources on educating yourself?
I can't rename it.
Right now, there's not much. The conflict doesn't have much info to educate yourself on. You know, you can look and find legitimate sources, but I think in a lot of cases, your best.
I can't
bet
rename and
is really
upload
just
Hoogum.
to Wikipedia and look at regular news broadcasts.
How do I
articles
name my
and
base,
develop
though?
a skill from media analysis. Look at what I did earlier in the stream, where we watched a couple of news snippets from different channels, and were able to pinpoint the bias in how things were presented. If you get good at that, you can do a pretty good job of sifting like the valuable information from the shit, basically.
Trade.
Okay. This stream has exhausted me more.
Where?
Than I can even describe. And I love you all very much, but I'm going to go have some food and relax. I'm going to send you guys over to Xanderhall is streaming right now. I'm going to throw you guys over to Xan. Been a while since we've seen Xan the Man. Go over there and be nice. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I love you very much. Go say hi to Xan the Man. Xan the Man with the plan. I'm going to change out of the shirt because it's very warm in this shirt. It's a warm day, and this is a warm shirt. It is thick and heavily woven, and I am warm. So good luck, folks.
All right.
I will see you all soon.
Let's rename it. It's called Gluck Gluck. Which one's this? I'm gonna name. I'm on a real fungusy planet. Fungusy. Ussies, you can throw Ussie on anything. And it works. Fungusy. What does it mean to upload base? Uploading to servers. Nice. Let's teleport to Gluck Gluck. There we go. Let's see if we can teleport back to going to the Gluck Gluck Glizzy Thug.
Gavin Newsom appointed former SEIU official who sold out.
I made her.
Gavin Newsom appointed former SEIU official who sold out to Uber and really passed. I think it was like, was it 22?
Prop 22.
Prop
in
22,
California.
which
worked and lobbied for that bill.
Full-on assault on labor, and one that is not sort of like narrowly tailored. And
one that has now been replicated by anti-labor governments in other states throughout the country.
Without a doubt. Is she to the left of Dianne Feinstein? The answer is probably yes. But the answer is probably like it would be a real project to find someone who wasn't in California.
In
she's
California?
Also, okay, well, that's the other thing. She's also to the left of Dianne Feinstein as you're looking at a map.
To
like
the east
way,
of her.
Oh, I'm sorry, to the right.
There you are.
Yeah, I guess if you're going
I could just
around
summon
the
him,
long
but
way.
I like that.
She has been a resident of Maryland for 2 years and just moved back to California. Still had a house there, but
Emily's List pays well, I guess.
Emily's List does pay well.
I know
Fungusy.
Uber does
Current
pay
system.
well.
Beautiful.
And here's
Beautiful.
the thing. She was head of Emily's
Your
List.
base is beautiful.
And this again is also sort of a more corporate.
Let's see if that guy rees up on his
right wing within the context of anybody supporting a Democrat organizations. I mean, this is not Emily's List did not come out and help folks like Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib. They worked with AIPAC quite a bit, Emily's List.
Mm-hmm.
And AIPAC was basically on a mission to take out a lot of progressive challengers and incumbents as well. But be that as it may, Steven Crowder has some other ideas that are problematic about this replacement, not the least of which the replacement turns out to be a woman and also black.
Anyway, there's good news, though, Keith and Kevin. There's good news. This morning, Gavin Newsom announced that Feinstein's replacement in the Senate is going to be...
Don't say it.
By the way, no, we had them...
It's her name. We have to say it.
We did, and we researched it just because we don't want to... Look, it's important cultural differences. Lafonza Butler. Now, which also, Lafonza Butler in Swahili means... nothing. It's a made-up name. There is Lafonza means nothing. It's something that African Americans, Black Americans make up and actually has no meaning. You guys can fact check me on that below.
Yeah, they're great at making up names.
Yeah.
They be butchered American names.
One of them forgot how to the name of. They were watching Happy Days. Like, I like that one with the leather jacket. What's that? What the one who hits the jukebox? Lafonza. The Fonz. Lafonza. That's your name. I don't like. Shut up! That's your name.
Oh no, we did black voice.
Cancel me.
Oh, he's got the Hodge twins there to sign off.
Oh yeah, yes. Now that he's got his.
Oh my God.
It was a Hodge twins.
The Hodge twins. I think that's who those guys are there to be like. Oh, it's okay to do racism.
It's okay to do racist stuff here. We're all in this together. Let's be clear. Here's the weird thing about names. They're made up.
Yeah.
Words are made up. Names are made up.
Oh, scared me, kitty. Jesus.
I mean, these are all made up
Thought
things.
you were a
Sorry, but
roach.
come on. I mean,
Why wouldn't they just adopt the heritage of like Western tradition names?
Yeah.
Why would they want to maybe differentiate? Why would black people maybe not want to like name their kid Steven?
Yeah.
And why does it have to be like necessarily Swahili?
Well, yeah, official language of black people.
Yeah, the white names, they're the ones that are not made up.
God
Obviously.
created those
It's
names.
it's almost as if white Christianity is the natural way to be because the names came down from God, and that everything else is not natural and it's deviant, almost associated with the devil.
Let's see if my man's over here at the space station always gets more
I gotta
navigation
say,
charts.
I know this is petty, but
Oh, you want to talk
Seems
about
like
the
he always
mustache?
does.
well, no, the mustache. I mean, who knows what the mustache is about? But
You're very straight, Stephen.
what I'm really surprised about, honestly, is for a guy who's so much into fitness. A lot of times when you get divorced, I don't know. I found that I just like I would forget to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's happening in this place. But go ahead.
More gutter racism.
Yeah, exactly. He's eating a lot of racism.
So, LaFonza Butler has many qualifications, though, for this role. Will fill those wrinkly
I thought you
shoes.
That's her name, really?
Yeah.
LaFonza Butler.
No, that's for real. That's her name. That's her name.
Black people.
LaFonza Butler.
We have a clip of her, too.
Yeah. Well, wait. Do I?
Right, you went past
Did
it.
I go past
You
it?
did.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, you know what? Here's a clip of LaFonza Butler.
Time and again, we have been told what choices we can and cannot make. We have come together across race and across place to respond to questions about our rights with clarity and resolve.
Mm-hmm. Clarity and resolve. Okay, good. That's very nice. So, here are her qualifications for the role. She's black. There you go. That's a big one. She's a lesbian. That is a qualifier, and she's a president of Emily's List, a pro-abortion organization, by the way. Emily's List, their own
Maybe it's not
website,
good.
said that Butler, in case you didn't know that the game was rigged, she resided in Maryland.
Now, the game is rigged. Like, it's California.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Joe Biden appointed her senator from Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's California, for God's sakes.
I mean, Mitt Romney.
Why didn't he consider Larry Elder?
Mitt Romney was the governor of one state and then the senator from another. I mean, like, we're joking about it because I think Newsom had a few black women who actually are in elected office we could have chosen from, but like, for Crowder's purposes, it doesn't matter.
It's just interesting, like how it's like this stuff is a Rorschach test.
The thing that he's saying the fix is in is that she's clearly not a Republican.
Right.
But it's a blue state. Like, it's not, like, her politics are, at the very least, like, maybe in the center of California.
Carbon
It's
nanotubes.
overwhelmingly pro-choice.
And what else
in
do I need?
California.
Antimatter housing.
It's not even remotely close. The fix is in.
Well, the fix for white men is in because when you have someone die and there's an open seat, it's just reverse racism in action at this point.
Six. I only
that's
need
why he
six.
does the little ding sounds for the signifiers, the fact that she's LGBTQ, the fact that she's black and a woman. Those are all the little check marks of the new privileged class, as we heard Rachel Campos Duffy refer to Jamal Bowman yesterday as. That's their conception of the world. They're insane.
It's just fascinating how, like, this stuff is like a Rorschach test, and it says more about Steve and the way he reacts about this, because he can't, all this sort of, like, faux populism you see on the right about, like, who the powerful moneyed interest, doesn't talk anything about, like, Emily's List and maybe the donor stuff. It's, she's black, let's spend a good chunk on that, and then, oh, she's also pro-abortion and a lesbian black woman. And it's like, it's so disgusting that, like, this stuff is, I mean, a big, like, driver, or was a big driver to YouTube. Like this is just gutter level racism that we're experiencing, and there's nothing redeeming about this at all. I'm glad Russell Brand could have a good chat with this guy.
We'd love to have a chat with him. Sam would.
With Steven Crowder?
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah,
I could be his his divorce rabbi.
Here's some names: Shackelford Stanwyck, Colton McCaffrey, Skylar Dickinson, Deemer Class, Ivy Stucker, Brickman House, Sky Dupree, Clay Broderick, Braylon Sampson, Hampton. Now all these boys might be great, but they're lacrosse players from 1 year of lacrosse program. Like those are made-up names, buddy.
Can you translate those into Swahili?
Yeah, Brayley. I mean, at least like when some black people in this country are conceiving of their own names, it's in opposition to like a white colonial power structure and creating their own identity, as opposed to just like mashing up Braden and Kaylee together and calling them the name.
Thanks,
I'm
bro.
just expressing myself.
Yeah.
In my kid's name.
Man's ready for some shit. Let's go. All that carbon. See how long a 10-minute. Not that bad. I can reach there. Damn, it's right there. Shit. Woo! Damn, he's fast. I just need one more stack down here, then I'm good. Good for now, at least. Excuse me. Oh, never mind. Thought I would take Alright, just one more. I gotta figure out how to increase my starship inventory. I think I do it at the space station. Just one more of these and we're good. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, oh. Yeah, yeah. Let's go home. Fungusy. Gluck gluck. Health station. Missing components. Oh, metal plating. Insufficient power? Okay, how do I power it? What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Are both the fucking protection units fucking bugged? God damn it. Lost some health bars. I'll be fine though. Glizzy hyperdrive. I gotta get a better ship. Chromatic metal I make from copper. I'll put it closer to... It's still a highly refined. Okay, that's why I put it toward the... Okay. So the chromatic metal. That's going to be the beginning of the refined materials. Actually, it should be carbon. Carbon. Then the... copper, sodium. Okay, I see why chromatic metal was last. Okay, I'm smart. I already put it in that order. Nice. What are you doing here? Hey, hey, got your dick in my mouth. I'm gonna see if I can upgrade starship slots at the space station. Purchase storage for 7 million. Holy shit, that's just one. I can also get a tech slot. Oh my god. That's a lot. How do I sell a freighter? I don't know if I should sell that freighter that I got. I got sent to a black hole mission and it was there. So it might be special. No, I can't afford that. I need a better multi-tool set for my exosuit. I kind of don't really need it for the multi-tools right now. Really just for the starship. I'm gonna have to buy a new starship. Where can I buy a starship? I guess I can buy starships from random people that I see at the space station. Okay, okay, nice. Alright. MC Ergot, class fighter B-27. What up, man? Offer to trade. Oh. Oh, that's right. I can still talk to random people, see what they're trading. Nice. I don't think I need anything here. Oh, wow. He's got a lot. A supreme upgrade for the shield. Compare. Oh, look at that B class. That is nice. I've got 13 out of 25. He's got 18 out of 27. Oh, it's a nice organization, too. Hold on, let me come back to you. I gotta check what other ships we got. Ooh, I'm gonna check that one out at the end. What do you have? What do you have? Lemium, gold, quantum computer. Oh. No, not yet. First of all, how much are you guys charging for these ships? I gotta see how much. I didn't even see how much he was charging. B class. Oh, these are good. Holy shit. 4 million. I can exchange. Oh, God. I need to buy 7.5 million. Oh, this guy left. Fuck. Let's talk to this guy. How much you selling this bad boy for? Mining overseer. Let's see what you got here first. Tubes, Nugum, Cobalt. Too expensive.
All right, let's get this over with. Despite still being COVID negative, I have re-exacerbated.
How much you charging for this bad boy?
Streaming right now is very low. However, there is stuff to talk
God damn, 14 million.
What's up, everyone?
Holy shit.
Very matter-of-fact stream today. Already donations. Thank you.
Let me see this thing. What are you charging? Probably a lot.
New Channel 5 if you're interested. Gotta say, kinda not, to be honest. If you're taking whether an Israeli
22 out of 41. God
I don't
damn,
know that,
that's a
and
lot of
nobody knows that.
slots.
It is
36
something that
million.
can conceivably be the case,
Never
but
mind.
Without any direct evidence to believe it, we should just resort to conspiracy. Hamas independently wants to kill Jewish civilians. There's
What
not-
up, big boy?
That's not like a manufactured.
This thing looks slow as fuck, but I'll check it out.
No, Half-Life. And I put it back a week.
12 million. I don't even think I have enough for a starship. I need like 15 mil.
260 festival goes. Yeah, it looks like
Please
the
don't go.
somewhere around, what was it, 500-600?
Please don't go.
A lot of the people who died were at this music festival for peace near Gaza. And they've kidnapped a bunch of them. $700 Israelis killed so far. Yeah, social media has basically just been I swear to God, man, the fence you have to ride to not fall into either camp or whatever.
Yeah, 38
Jesus
million? What? Bro.
See shit like this.
Oh, he's out. Man, these guys are nuts. Alright, I think I've seen enough starships. This freighter is... whatever. It's not even a good freighter. How can I sell my freighters?
People need to remember that the conflation of Palestinian liberation with Hamas is something that the Israeli far right has been pushing for decades. Like, nobody benefits from that narrative except for conservative Israelis who want to bulldoze Gaza. The idea of like if you point to what Hamas does and you're like, oh dude, revolutionary violence, liberatory action, let's go, then then you're essentially saying like, oh, so that's what revolutionary violence looks like. It just looks like indiscriminate murder and rape. My understanding was that revolutionary violence had to be like part and parcel to I don't know, revolution, but you know, maybe that's my old-fashioned way of thinking. It's not a matter of being fundamentally opposed to violence. If Hamas was some kind of like principled liberatory movement that engaged in meaningful
I can upgrade the class for 10,000 nanites.
Casualties, of course. There are like defensible lines in that direction. What is happening right now?
Damn, nanites are the answer to everything in this game.
Stop that, even if it is itself violent, can be categorized
Too fucking
under
broke.
self-defense, given it's done well. This is not it being done well. So, you know, when you point at this, what you're essentially saying is like, oh, well, actually, this is what we mean by liberatory violence. And if
Hey,
that's
what
the
up,
case,
man?
then
You
nobody's
respect
going
me?
to support it. Well, I guess a lot of people will support it because a lot of people really fucking hate Israel. Yeah. None of this benefits the Palestinians. Hamas is not a revolutionary organization. They're a far-right,
Yeah, I haven't done enough
fundamentalist
missions.
jihadist group that glorifies martyrdom. So
Let's
they can join heaven.
go home.
They don't operate on some kind of like
Do some
principled
missions.
political stance. You know, they're as much like a liberatory force as like ISIS is. ISIS also justifies its existence, you know, or like a Boko Haram or whatever, through like resistance of occupation and anti-imperialism. But of course, obviously, these groups don't actually care about freedom or liberation as principles. They just want to be the ones in power. And in power, they're often worse than the people they were replacing, right? Like the situation in eastern Syria, or like the worst parts of Iraq or whatever, like they were pretty bad. ISIS did not make them better. ISIS did not improve the situation. Like parts of Afghanistan, pretty bad, you know? American occupation, ANA occupation, not great for Afghanistan. The Taliban, worse, actually, because of course they're not revolutionary fighters. They're not anti-colonial advocates or liberation fighters. They're just jihadists. They suck. You know, I really don't want to spend too much time harping on and on about how the left is like shooting themselves in the foot over this, but like, Jesus Christ, do you not understand? Did you know this is the beginning of a full-fledged Palestinian revolution, actually? Yeah, I saw this. I've seen all the bad takes. I know, I'm fully
Let's
aware.
hit up a resource depot. There's always
Leftists preach and
sentinels
foam at
there.
the mouth the thought of a revolution happening in America, but as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. This is not a revolution. Stop. Why would you denigrate the concept of a revolution by associating with this? Like, when I think of a revolution, I know that revolutions are naturally messy, but I'd like to think that they're being done for some kind of meaningful, like, purpose. Why would you, like, associate in the common mind, like, a revolution in concept and, like, a bunch of jihadists storming in, killing civilians, and bringing women back to rape? Like, why would you, like, that's not the line that we're trying to push. At least it's not the line I'm trying to push. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. It's been really tiring. I have to explain that Hamas is helping no one but themselves. Thanks for putting it plainly. Hamas has suppressed and killed people within Gaza. They're not a liberatory force. They're just a desperate, like, radicalized option that people have turned to in the absence of any perceived alternatives. Like that, it's that simple. It's like this happens everywhere, right? Like this happened with the Taliban too. There were like villages and groups that supported the Taliban because they saw them as like a necessary evil to fight back against Western occupation or their puppets. And then the Taliban actually like succeeds, and now what are they doing for Afghanistan? Very little outside of like self-enrichment and like pitting their cronies into power and probably raping a lot of women and young boys. Like, but it's like that's not. This isn't like.
All right, boys.
Good has not come of this. Did you see Hamas kill 3 Americans outside of Gaza? Well, they attacked and killed a bunch of people at a concert for peace. There were international attendees there, Americans, Germans. I saw some effectively pro-Hamas posters in Seattle earlier today. Yeah, I don't know if I can do anything, man. It's like, it seems pretty like, the people who are pro-Israel are like, I mean, I'm not going to pay two ways about it. Like, people who are pro-Israel and not sympathetic to the Palestinian cause are demons. And at best, the people who are doing this pro-Hamas stuff are misguided. That's at best. A lot of them are stupid. A lot of them are hateful. A lot of them are open anti-Semites, you know. Hamas are themselves, like, extremely Hitler when it comes to Jewish people. Obviously, like, Hamas, the official position of Hamas is not peaceful coexistence, it's eradication. There are plenty of people who share that opinion in the Middle East and in the West. I guess a lot of people treat the situation as a kind of acceptable vehicle for expressing anti-Semitism. But, like, yeah.
Destroy sentinels, engage sentinels in ground
Let's not
combat,
forget
or
Hamas is an
harvest
Israeli creation
resources to
indirectly
attract their
helping.
attention.
Yeah, of course. All the
Kill
circumstances
sentinels
that have led to this
quickly,
present moment
or
were shaped
further
by Israel. Israel is the sculptor. They have the power.
What do you
no
mean?
one
I
else
just
does.
did that.
Like, the
I just killed
Palestinians
sentinels.
do not have the power to shape
Let me
the
destroy the
circumstances of
resource
their
depot. I didn't go
existence.
hard
That's the whole
enough.
Problem. Israel
Where you at,
has
Mac?
created these conditions, cut off
Let's
the
do
lines
this.
of hope, destroyed
You heard 'em.
Palestinians' belief in
They want a
negotiating better
destruction.
future. So of course they
charge
turn
up.
to Hamas. And Israel has, to a large extent, like, sculpted and cultivated the direction that Hamas has taken as well.
All right.
Obviously, that doesn't mean that Israeli
Laser.
citizens are
Let's go.
morally culpable or deserve to die. It just means that Israel is the institution with the ability to meaningfully change this. Only Israel.
Sentinels.
You think Germany will interfere? No. No, Israel literally funded Islamists in Gaza. Yeah, I know. IDF is going to invade the Gaza Strip, I think. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Guy's juking over there.
Sorry. Did you see the report?
I can
that
collect
Iran
their
helped with
loot
the
too, I
attacks?
almost forgot.
Yeah, same with Hezbollah. Not surprising. What would it take for the U.S. to push it? Don't
Where are
ask
they
me.
at?
One thing
Let
at
me
a
just
time.
get
Don't ask me
unlimited
questions.
sentinel
Go.
loot. Level 3 urgent. Okay. Let's see how
Yeah, just- I
urgent
don't
you
know,
are.
Cut this segment on its own. Just like this, let this be its own little bubble. Editors, do it, okay? Your mic sounds different. Whatever, I don't care. Just like you are.
Yes, Kitty, hello.
The Palestinian people deserve better than Hamas, and if you pretend that what Hamas does is representative of Palestinian liberation, the only people you are aiding
Where
and
they
abetting
at?
are
Oh, this guy.
Israeli nationalists,
Dog.
Zionists. That's it. Literally, that is the only group that benefits. Under there's
Almost
no
level
world
5,
in
let's
which
do
that
that.
case is not true. Like that's the only possible outcome. So just don't do that. It's very, very easy. The correct response here is the one that
Hey, boys.
Corbin took. Corbin took best possible response that you can take to this. Hold on. You're right here.
Oh,
The
you got your
unfolding events
own
in
back.
Israel and Palestine are deeply alarming. We need an immediate ceasefire, urgent de-escalation. We need to rout out this tragic cycle of violence, ending the occupation.
I
of
played
Gaza and
Armor
achieving
Core.
just peace. That's good. Good. No notes. Fine. Good. Great. Great.
Oh, where's that heal bot?
Um,
Where is he?
That's fine.
He's healing you too
And
much.
He's not saying that Hamas is engaging in based and red-pilled liberatory violence, and you don't need to either, because they're not. It's not helpful.
Fucking asshole. Pussy. Oh, I'm fucking sniping him.
Okay, just cut this bit. Cut that. That's its own
Detected.
thing, okay, we have interviews to watch.
Must eject penis.
Live from CNN.
Alright, where are they at? Maximum. Let's go. Let's max out. Let's kill these fucking little healers first. Get some of you little guys. That was it? Where's the big boy? Oh shit. Oh God! Jesus fucking Christ!
It's a little quiet.
He's
Why
a big
is it a
boy.
little quiet? I don't want it to be a little quiet. Why is it always quiet?
I gotta destroy his friends first. They're gonna be healing. Oh my God!
Up the volume? I don't know. Up the volume how? From where? What do you...
Who the fuck is shooting me? Oh shit, little guy! Critically
Fine, I'll go into
damaged?
those OBS settings.
Oh my God, that guy's nuts.
Drop your mic so we can all raise our voice. Shut up. Jesus, you're so annoying.
He's coming after me,
I don't wanna
holy
deal with any
shit.
of you. Here, gain, up, wow.
No, don't go toward, you fucking asshole!
What is your reaction to what you have seen so far?
That good? We fine?
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
On Israel's occupation
Oh, yes.
for another
Oh, that was so good.
Dr. Mustafa Barghouti,
Network has been disabled. Give me that loot.
You sound slightly more nasal than usual today. I'm gonna get unironically angry at you people. It's how nice. Thank you.
Can I open any of your parts? What you got for me?
700
Brain.
Israelis killed so far? Yeah. How is that nasally?
Destroy 40 sentinels. Holy shit. Let's get all that loot.
There. Is that better?
Sentinel pillar? The fuck is that?
is in control of parts of the West Bank, but does not control Gaza. Welcome, Minister. I again want to just make sure that viewers understand that Palestinian Authority...
Sentinel nest revealed?
Hamas, so you are
Ooh.
not in any way affiliated with Hamas. You represent the Palestinian Authority, which has...
Hold on, let me
control
tag
of the
that.
West Bank. All that said, what is your
Alright, let's get all this loot. Oh, there's so much too.
Well, first of all, I am not part of the Palestinian Authority. As a matter of fact, I represent a democratic Palestinian movement called Palestinian National Initiative, which
Salvage
is non-Fatah,
glass.
non-Hamas.
Okay, that's
And
good. That's good.
Of course, I am not affiliated with Hamas. But I think this situation
Oh, shit.
that has evolved is a direct result of the
I
continuation
think some of it got
the longest
deleted.
occupation in modern history.
I've been listening to a lot of like mainstream media news interviews of people from Palestine, and over and over and over again, like the news hosts have to constantly be like, so these guys aren't like Hamas. Like this isn't this person is not a direct representative of Hamas. Like it's the first thing they have to talk down.
These guys got some nanites too, do
Israeli
they?
occupation of Palestinian
329.
land since 1967. This is 56 years of occupation that has transformed.
They do have
the
some
system of
nanites.
apartheid. A much worse apartheid than what prevailed in South Africa. Yes, maybe Hamas did not recognize Israel, but the PLO did, and the Palestinian Authority did. What did they get? Nothing. Since 2014, the Israeli governments would not even meet with Palestinians. And what you see today is a reaction to several things. First of all, settlers' terrorist attacks on Palestinians in the West Bank that has evicted already 20 communities in an act of ethnic cleansing. 248 Palestinians who were killed by the Israeli army and settlers in the West Bank, including 40 children. Attacks on the holy sites, the Muslim and Christian holy sites by Israeli extremists, as well as declaration of Netanyahu.
I could have sworn there was a lot more
He will
loot.
liquidate the Palestinian rights and the Palestinian cause by normalization with Arab countries. And he dared even to go to the United Nations and carried in the United Nations
Yeah, I think some
a
of it
map
just
of Israel,
disappeared.
which included the whole of the West Bank,
I
all
was
of
fighting
Gaza,
them over a long,
all
kind of a long
Jerusalem,
distance.
as well as the Golan Heights.
Damaged
He
machinery.
declared the annexation
That's probably
of the
one.
occupied
Oh
territory.
no, I gotta go to the
So
Sentinel
of course,
base.
Palestinians turn to resistance.
Sentinel pillar.
Because
Let's go
they
there.
see that this is the only way for them to get their rights. The question here,
I think I remember this guy engaging in some suspect rhetoric that I saw the other day, so I'm just waiting to see if the other shoe is going to drop or if this is going to be good the whole way through.
There's probably gonna be a nasty boss here,
demonizing
or maybe some loot.
Palestinians as is happening and calling them terrorists. It's about asking the question, why the United States supports Ukraine in fighting what they call occupation, while here they are supporting the occupier who continues to occupy us.
But let me ask you, if that is the analogy you wish to draw, what Hamas is doing, is there...
Wait, hold on. So far, this guy hasn't said anything wrong. Wait, hold on. This guy hasn't said anything wrong so far. I don't know why people in chat are having a mixed reaction. So far, all he's done is, like, compare liberatory movements and point out that a consistent person would support both Palestine and Ukraine, which is true.
targeting Israeli civilians, women, children, grandmothers.
No, they are not.
Is that not a classic terror? Isn't that classic terrorism? They're not fighting the Israeli government. They're fighting ordinary people.
Oh shit.
That's one way of putting it, but it's not true. I think Hamas mainly attacked military establishments.
Oh, okay, that's cap. Okay.
It's military installations. And most of the people they have arrested and taken as war prisoners are military people. I do not accept attacking any civilian. I do not accept that Israelis attack our civilians. But look at what Israeli planes are doing now in Gaza.
He could be working off bad information, but I can't imagine that's true. He's probably just playing cover.
They are bombarding houses. They're bringing down to earth, and you've shown that on your screen. Whole apartments, whole buildings, high-rise buildings are brought down to the ground, and we already are receiving reports about families who are killed. 9 people in one family, 10 people in another family, including children. I do not want any civilian to be hurt, neither by Palestinians or by Israelis. But the question is how to end that. Will it end by attacking Gaza Strip another time? Israel has already conducted 5 wars on Gaza. One of them lasted 51 days. They destroyed everything. This did not stop Hamas, did not stop resistance. There is one way to stop any violence, and that is to end the Israeli occupation. And
that part is true. I wonder if people from Palestine basically can't shit talk Hamas, because if they do, Hamas would kill them. Hamas kills Palestinians too. It's not exactly like a fucking functional democracy over there. I wonder if they're worried that they would face severe repercussions for directly condemning any element of Hamas if they went back. They have
Damn,
to be
got a lot of spots to dig.
Violence is bad.
I gotta do some good farming with the exosuit when I'm done with this.
Unless he lives in Gaza, I don't see how that'd be a risk. Well,
See if I completed that
lives
mission.
among
Yeah,
Palestinians.
there we go.
I mean, he's in the West Bank.
Scan unique
but the West Bank has
creatures.
Palestinians. I know, Hamas isn't Gaza, but there would still be sympathizers, I assume.
is for the United States to be fair. They cannot say that Israel has the right to defend itself, but we, the Palestinians, don't have the right to defend ourselves. Let me remind you with the case of Shireen Abu Akleh, who was not only Palestinian, but also an American, a very peaceful journalist. She was shot. to death
Exosuit,
by an
I
Israeli
need you.
sniper. Was anybody indicted?
Got a Sentinel
Was
base up
anybody
ahead
taken to
here.
court? No.
Sentinel
52
pillar.
other journalists were also killed. Our
The
first
fuck
aid
is
providers
this?
are shot at. Our doctors are shot at. This should stop. And the only way to stop it is to
Central
tell Israel
node.
you have to
Yeah, the West Bank is a Gaza.
I
not
gotta
Hamas.
shoot that.
international law.
Let's take a little
You
look
have to
around
end
first.
this illegal occupation
So we gotta
and
shoot
accept
that.
Palestinians as equal human beings.
What is this? Boundary Archive Terminal?
Let me ask you about the practical reality of what's going to happen.
Harvestable
here.
technology.
Which you know because you've lived through this, which is This is going
Harvestable
to strengthen
Sentinel
right-wing
technology.
forces in Israel. It is going to strengthen the forces that say have no mercy, have a huge military response. Presumably, the life of Palestinians in the West Bank will get harder. More checkpoints, more searches.
Let's use this computer.
There's probably going to be a land
First.
invasion of Gaza. I mean, there's probably going to be like boots on the ground.
Of all this, going to be much worse for the average Palestinian.
Unfortunately, Farid, what you have described is exactly.
Oh God, don't call back up.
Today, the whole West Bank is paralyzed by 560 military Israeli checkpoints.
Oh jeez.
And these checkpoints were there during the last 30 years. We are suffering from a wall that
Hostile
is
vector
our land.
detected.
The whole West Bank has been divided in 224 small ghettos,
Where?
separated from each other. And
Oh,
the
that's who
Syrians
was
are
attacking
everywhere
me.
Attacking Palestinians.
I was like, what the
You
fuck?
speak about right-wing government.
There
in
he is,
Israel.
fucking
Already
dickhead.
Israel is a right-wing government. Israel is already having fascists in its government. Smotrich described himself as a fascist homophobe. And that
Oh, he
man,
just stopped by real
who is
quick for a
also
quick drive-by.
said that
Fucking
Palestinians
asshole.
have one of three options only: either to immigrate or accept a life of subjugation to Israelis. Or
Oh,
die.
there's a Sentinel thing
This
over
is
here. What the
Israeli
fuck?
Minister of Finance, Netanyahu.
I think this is a pretty great lesson in like what doomerism on an institutional level does with regards to militant radicalization and terrorism. Because like this guy is completely correct here. Because you can say, oh well, this behavior from Hamas will make Israel be worse, but
Extract
everything Israel
weapons
is doing
technology.
now, they've already done, and we're going to continue to do anyway.
This is a shitty class. What the
Israel's
fuck is
policy
this?
Of subjugation, brutality,
No.
border closure, that's been going on. For
Take
decades
the
with
multi-tool
no
for
sign of stopping.
free.
So while it is true that Hamas's behavior will worsen it and lead to great suffering,
Yeah,
the
no.
suffering was already
I'll just
going
destroy
to
this shit.
Maybe slower, but
Get my
it was
loot.
already going to happen. You know, he's like correctly pointing out because you don't want to give the impression that like, well, everything would have been fine if it wasn't for Hamas doing this, because that's wrong. You know, that's one of the wrongest takes possible, really.
Never negated these statements. And both Smotrich and Ben-Gvir said that their plan is to annex the West Bank. Can we stop what's going on now? Yes, of course. All these Israelis who are now in Gaza can be released tomorrow, including everybody. If there are civilians, also the civilians. Even the generals of the Israeli army can be released if Israel
Okay,
also
interesting
accepts
though.
to release our 5,300 Palestinian prisoners who are in
Oh,
Israeli
we gotta
jails,
hold on.
including 1,000.
Damn, where the fuck did I kill these Sentinels? Their shit went all over the place. Hard frame engine.
They don't know
Alright.
why they are arrested. They are not charged. Their lawyers don't know why they are arrested. And that's the life we have. Look,
I gotta
we have
travel
lived all
to,
our
hold
lives
on,
under
where?
occupation. My father
From a
lived
specific
under occupation.
planet.
My daughter is living under occupation. We
Oh,
want
the
a
galaxy
time
map?
to free the
Oh, this
Palestinians
fucker
from
wants me to
Israel.
go around the
Hamas was
galaxy
not there
for shit.
30 years ago or 40 years ago. But before that, PLO was described as terrorist. Any Palestinian who struggles for his right.
Let me go check my boy.
I can understand how to a lot of people.
Let me go check my boy with the
idea of,
navigation
like,
charts.
cutting any
See if he
behavior from
responds them.
Palestinians or from Hamas just comes across as like
Planetary
fucking shrug,
interference,
like, giant
what?
shrug, because all the shit that's happening, like the slow extermination project that's being conducted against Palestinians, seems to be happening irrespective of any specific behavior from the Palestinians. Before
What the
Hamas, Israel
fuck?
was saying the
Fine.
same shit and doing the same shit. You know, again, it's not a defense of Hamas. It's just like the correlation between Hamas's behavior and Israel's behavior is like not that strong. If there was no Hamas, Israel would just have to justify itself in another way, find another pretext. The project Israel is engaged in, they seem to be engaged in as a matter of course, not as like an actual response to Hamas's existence. So like, I guess the real question that a lot of people want is like, what do you actually do? Like, what do you actually do to fix this?
Now you open up when I come?
And the answer is
Fucking
I have no
assholes.
fucking idea. Extermination? Are you sure? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. They have enclosed the West Bank. They have separated it into a bunch of tiny ghettos that they are reclaiming, and they have cut off water and electricity. They have walled in and bordered off the Gaza Strip.
Storm
It's one
Crystal,
of the most densely
okay.
populated places on Earth, and people are crowded in like a
We'll put that
gigantic
in
ghetto
storage.
concentration camp. You know, that's just being enclosed.
Pretty sure I have it in raw
like, journalists are
materials.
assassinated. IDF soldiers like will just frequently kill civilians. Like it's so like yeah, it is a long-term project of extermination. And what he said earlier was correct. It is significantly worse than South African apartheid, like monumentally worse. Then why is the population increasing? First of all, walk into a river. Second of all, because people in shitty, desperate ghettos have a lot of kids because there's no fucking video games. Okay, the time you might spend breeding is spent gooning and playing video games because that's what you have access to. But when you're in fucking the Gaza Strip, okay, you have two fucking things you can do to pass time with. Okay, throw rocks at IDF soldiers and fuck. All right. The population increasing, like, yeah, people in ghettos tend to fuck a lot. Like, is that an indication of a higher quality of life? Jesus Christ. That reflexive answer, the fact anyone who immediately defaults to that answer, like massive Hitler particles right there. The idea of like, oh, well, here's 50 trillion fucking things that Israel is doing to like block them in and ruin them and destroy their entire group. And you look at the statements of like Israeli politicians.
Is all
that
this
are,
shit
like,
really just for
exterminationists
trading?
fundamentally, or like, we're not
Building,
changing anything,
trading,
we're gonna box them out. This is our land, not their land. And then it's like,
trading.
well, they've had more babies, so how can you possibly say, like, dude, fuck off, like, Jesus Christ. This is the same argument Holocaust deniers make, e.g. there was a pool in Auschwitz. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is like pool in Auschwitz territory. It's like, oh, sure, the conditions here may be like objectively those of a concentration camp, and the policies are objectively exterminationist in nature. But how could they have? But how could they more babies? You know?
For freedom is described as terrorist.
It looks
And the
weird. I'm
question
gonna put it here.
Do we have the right to struggle for freedom? Do we have the right to struggle for real democracy? Do we have the right to have normal democratic elections, which unfortunately Israel and the United States don't support? I think we are entitled to that. But the unfortunate thing, if we struggle in a military form, we are terrorists. If we struggle in a non-violent way, we are described as violent. If we even resist with words, we are described as provocators. If you support Palestinian and you are a foreigner, they describe you as anti-Semite. And if you are a Jewish person, and there are many of those, who supports Palestinian cause, they call him self-hating Jew. This should end. It doesn't make sense. We should all have equal life. We should all have peace. We should all have justice. And we should all live in dignity. The main way to achieve that is to end occupation, end the system of apartheid that I am sure.
Where do I have
no Jewish
shattered
person can
glass
be proud
at?
of. Time has come
In
for
here?
that, and time has come
Yeah.
for justice and freedom.
Salvaged
If we
glass.
achieve that, there will be no violence and nobody will be hurt.
Yeah, when this guy isn't downplaying Hamas's atrocities, he comes across pretty reasonable. Yeah, when he doesn't say bad things, he says good things. That's true.
Oh, I didn't even extract from my exocraft. God
Gosh, I
damn
feel
it.
like the growing population is a somewhat reasonable thing to bring up in the face of claims like extermination, but just because Israel's unsuccessful in shit. Okay, the easiest way that you can, like, demonstrate the exterminationist nature of the policy is that it's the only logical conclusion of the rhetoric and policies that Israel has taken. So, the West Bank, obviously exterminationist. Like, I have no idea what other, like, behavior you could attribute when they've gobbled up all of that land. Like, the long-term policy consequence of taking all the homes from a group is that they die, you know? I mean, keep in mind a fuck ton of Palestinians have had to flee the country, like they flee through Egypt or whatever, or they like emigrate, because there's like literally their like land and homes being taken from them. Also, in Gaza, like what actual long-term policies does Israel have with the Gaza Strip? Like, do you see the statements they make? It's always like wink, wink, nudge, nudge shit. Like, no, really, like, Because you'd think in any other set of circumstances, it's like, oh, for decades we've operated it as an open-air concentration camp ghetto where we commit our soldiers to boxing them in, deny them rights, cut off their water, destroy their crops, deny them political rights, keep them from moving away, you know? So, like, what's your long-term strategy here? I feel like what we're watching right now is, like, we're seeing Jews getting loaded up onto, like, train cars or whatever, and then you ask, like, the SS officer, the SS officer is like, yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, well, dude, whatever. Dude, I don't know, like... Yeah, they're like in trains. I don't know. Like, yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, what do you think is like? Do you think at some point Israel's gonna have a heel turn and they're gonna be like, oh, actually have land back, and also here's all these political rights, and here's control of your water and travel, and like, because if they did that, that'd be really cool. I don't think they're gonna do that though. You know what I mean? Like, I think that like if you look through history, the precursor of basically every eliminationist movement is these people are bad for us. These people cannot be here. What do we do with them? That's literally like the Jewish question. The Jewish question in Nazi Germany was, what do we do with the Jews? And the answer to that question from the German government was, they'll do the Holocaust. But the question prior was, well, what do we do with them? And like there were Jewish immigrants who tried to leave but were rejected by like America, for example, because we didn't want Jews in our country either. Like there was like, oh, well, what if we did this or what if we did that? And obviously, like, I'm not saying this decision-making process was done rationally by the Nazis. They wanted Jews dead, right? That was just the end point they arrived at. But if you have a movement, or if you have like a political, I guess, like trend that's all about the like total social excision of a group, and you can't provide an answer for what you're going to do with that group, I think it's reasonable to assume you want them dead. Does anyone else think that's unreasonable? Because what else? Like, what is the plan the Israeli government has for the West Bank settlements, the remaining ones, and
Need
Gaza?
a Gravitino
And it
bowl
seems like it's like,
and solar mirror. I got plenty of those.
Well, if you ask them, you know, there's one thing they'll tell you they know for sure, and it's that they're not fully enfranchising those Palestinians. That's what they know. If you ask them, like, so what are
Damn,
your
they
plans?
fucked
They'll
my
be like,
shit up.
Well, I know what my plans aren't. They're not humanitarian. And then, like, whatever else from there. So that's why I say that. If you want to talk about, like, eliminationist or whatever, like, I think that you can look, like, point for point at a lot of Israeli policies, and you can identify ones that basically have no purpose other than, like, mass suffering of Palestinians.
Yeah,
and
fuck
I
that
think
boy
that
up.
the overall trend of their, you know, their
Get the
their body
fuck
politic
outta
leads to this.
here.
But what we're looking at right now is a pretext for essentially the final solution, right? Like, if you want to criticize Hamas for anything, like, there you go. Like, Hamas has, I guess, given a trigger to pull, because now it seems like there's a lot of political will for a full ground invasion. I don't know if that's going to lead to, like, you know, the Gaza Strip getting glassed or whatever, because it's probably not. But it'll probably lead to like a heightening and worsening of conditions, and a lot of young people will grow up being told stories of the great attack, you know, that happened. Will they go after the West Bank after leveling Gaza? Well, they already went after the West Bank. I think that was intentional on Hamas's part. The more the Palestinians suffer, the more the Palestinians will join their cause. Yeah, I mean, that's what Osama bin
I like
Laden
my
wanted, right?
Fungusi base.
They wanted more people to join like Islamic martyrdom against the West, and he was hoping that 9/11 would encourage America to overstep and to engage in behavior that would increase the antagonism between the Muslim world and the West. Israeli ambassador Gilead Erdan said this is Israel's 9/11, and Israel will do everything to bring our sons and daughters back home. Yeah, I saw that interview. The ambassador went on Fox News and said this is Israel's 9/11 because proportionally, like, us losing 600 people is like you losing 22,000 people, because that's how that works. Small countries, every time one person dies, it's more of other. And then he went on to talk about the anti-Semitism of the Squad, Ilhan Omar and such. So yeah, really great. Nothing but the
Alright,
best.
let's add in. Hold on.
Did you see this Israeli politician in Netanyahu's
Let's
party?
add a
calling for
curved
second
corridor right here.
Yeah. I can read this because I'm really smart.
And an X shape.
The Nakba. Yeah,
Actually, hold on.
It refers to like the initial ethnic cleansing that happened to Palestinians back in 1948. It means catastrophe in Arabic. This was, the expulsion and flight of 700,000 Palestinians, the depopulation, destruction of 500 Palestinian villages, geographic erasure, denial of Palestinian right to return. This was like the beginning. This was like this would set the tone for the future of Israeli-Palestinian relations, and it's basically been the same ever since. It's a right-wing reporter, not a politician. Isn't this person like held closely to Netanyahu's cabinet? Like this is a person who's in good favor. Am I incorrect in that? Guys, I don't actually read Hebrew.
Oh, built right into the landing pad. Yikes. Damn, this shit looks nice though.
Yeah, he's an Israeli politician. Holy shit. He looks like a fucking Elder Scrolls character. Like an evil one. The fuck?
I'm gonna put some
Jesus,
doors
he
on
looks
his
like the
bitch.
fucking high elves. Halmore motherfucker.
Wait, what? They're not powered? What the fuck is this?
Oblivion character? Yeah, seriously, Jesus. Service master of the Knesset for the good, yeah. You're gonna get giga.
What the fuck is going on with my biofuel reactor?
What the fuck? Holy shit, I thought I'd studied all the dog whistles. I guess they never taught me that one.
You're out of power?
For saying he looks evil? He looks evil!
You have plenty of power. What the fuck is going on? Is it because my shit is inside the,
It's 4 times as tall as it is wide. What? Is Elf an anti-Semitic? Shut up. You guys are going to be annoying about this.
Okay, okay. What the fuck is going on? Obviously, I did.
I'm Jewish, Vosh. You're fine. Save.
Okay, now it's all lit.
Um,
I think I went too close to the base. Alright, let's dig out backwards. How about that? Actually, hold on.
Oh, I gotta turn desktop audio way down because I had to up the gain massively for that last thing we listened to. Hold on.
Interesting. I destroyed all this fucking land. It's worth it. Yeah, why don't I just build over here?
Devastating for each and every Israeli. Israel suffered an unprecedented attack, and the number of casualties is
Yeah, we'll go right there.
truly unfathomable. Over the past 2 days, following Hamas's surprise attack on Israel, my country has suffered hundreds of fatalities. Yesterday, in the early morning of the Jewish Sabbath, and on a Jewish holiday, savage Hamas terrorists fired thousands of rockets into Israel. But this was only the beginning. As rockets rained down.
I don't know if I actually care to listen to the UN ambassador. We know exactly what he's going to say, and we know exactly how he's going to frame it. I feel like there's not much value in looking at this.
They are now organizing and preparing to launch an attack at Hamas in Gaza. And as we speak, we are also...
Progress here would have to come in the form of a bilateral agreement. The problem is that the only morally correct direction to head in is Israel, ceding a ton of
Why
land.
isn't there any power?
And
Hold
they're
on.
never going to do that without being forced to. I feel like the only thing... Dude, I don't know.
Okay,
Man, I wish
it's
we
good.
could Article 5 that shit so bad. I wish we could Yugoslavia that shit. Fucking
Let's get some
NATO
power.
rolling in to militarily enforce Palestinian expansion. But it can't happen. We can't do that. It's not going to happen.
striking their military targets inside
How come
the
it
Gaza
won't?
Strip.
What the
And,
fuck?
so far,
I don't know if this is true, but I read reports some of the weapons Hamas is using was from Ukraine. I'm pretty sure that's fake news. That's just like right-wing politicians trying to tie everything they can to everything else. So
Okay, we
support
attach it.
Ukraine, so that's how this attack happened to Israel. Just the far right bullshit.
We have been able to kill
Okay.
more than 400 terrorists. Now, a little bit about numbers. You know, there's a lot of numbers.
Okay.
Who is this person? Why am I just looking at this guy? He looks like a LARPer. What is the uniform he's wearing? He's just sitting here. Is this just some fucking Israeli YouTuber?
Metal plating. We'll keep the cables open
In the media,
for now.
speaking about Palestinian casualties and Israeli casualties.
Let's get that
When we
X-shaped
speak about our
corridor.
casualties, first and foremost, it's about our civilians that were killed by Hamas, and then it's about the military. The numbers that you'll hear coming out on
What the fuck?
Palestinian sources is usually all of the.
I can't trust this source.
Oh.
I have no idea what this is. I saw these.
Oh, that's already the X-shaped corridor. I'm
This is
dumb.
good.
Fuel the deadly response
Okay, so let's
Israel
get
is now inflicting on Gaza.
square room.
Marley there, and some of the footage in his report was filmed
What do you?
by
Why are there linkers in chat? I'll ban all of you. Oh my god, what are you doing? Shut up. If you have a link, say what it is, and also don't link.
our colleague Youssef Hamash, who's
Link.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
inside Gaza.
All right, now it's
We're right
just
now joined by
draining.
Fleur Hassan Nahum, who's the deputy mayor of Jerusalem.
It's just draining power. Hold
When
on.
you look at the number of
Let's get you
deaths,
hooked
the number
up.
of people held hostage still, do you believe that the intelligence and security services have this situation under control or not?
Well, they certainly didn't yesterday morning when there was an attack in 7-8 different
Gamer
points
chair.
on a border which is supposed to be properly secured. It's a border of a country going into another country because Israel, as your reporter misinformed, the public has not been in Gaza since 2005. You can talk about a blockade, but you can't talk about an occupation. Israel left Gaza in 2005.
Bullshit semantics. They wall Gaza in from every side. Like meaningfully, it is an it is meaningfully an occupation in its consequences.
Had free and fair elections at least once. Hamas was elected by the people over Fatah, and they've been ruling the Gaza Strip for the last 10, 11 years.
Yeah, but
and so we actually have a proper border.
Yeah, but it's
with
been
Gaza.
blockaded. It's been blockaded for 16 years, and there is now untold.
Can you believe the conditions that Israel created in Gaza did not lead to like a perfect civil society that led to like perfect democratic outcomes?
Suffering in Gaza, as there is among the Israelis.
All right, Glizzy Hyperdrive, you're gonna have to get out of here, buddy.
Bloodshed is now. It's just appalling to watch, isn't it? Do you agree
Well,
with that?
Gaza has two borders, one with us and one with Egypt. In fact,
I'm gonna
in
borrow
the
your
last
landing
month,
pad
which is
for
why this was
a quick
surprising
little
to us
bit.
in Israel, we've been increasing the amount at Hamas's request. We've been increasing the amount of work permits for Gazans to come into Israel to do an honest day's work because Hamas take the international.
An honest day's work. Yeah, I'm sure there aren't. There are 2 million people in the Gaza Strip. They're doing plenty of work inside their borders as well. What a piece of shit. Oh yeah, we've been kindly giving those savages the opportunity to do a real job over here in Israel.
Still not enough power.
And they build weaponries and
My
tunnels
God,
instead
how
of
much
actually
power does
developing
this
an
fucking
economy.
house
Well,
need?
anything
It's
but that.
glitching out my
There are
biofuel
But
reactor.
there are civilians in there who are unable to leave, and they're being urged to leave now.
Alright, let's get some more
Where are they
energy.
supposed to go? Where are they supposed to go? The 2 million people in Gaza.
And where are the people in the south of Israel supposed to go?
They're in Israel. They can go anywhere. What do you mean? They're in Israel. There's like airports and boutiques with expensive cupcakes. They're in Israel. They can travel. They're not blockaded.
Oh my God, how much power does this fucking place need?
The militants that came into Gaza yesterday morning came in with one goal, and that was to kill innocents. When Israel goes in to destroy terrorist infrastructure, innocents, unfortunately, are the casualties of war. And let me tell you, the people in the building that you reported about all got an SMS message saying, please leave the building. We're about to bomb it because there is terrorist infrastructure in that building.
Can you imagine just chilling with your family and then at like 6 a.m. you get a text and it's like, yeah, get out like really quick. The plane already launched. Good luck. Fucking. And
The
then they
fuck?
died.
Oh.
We we have here is a double war crime. The Gaza, the Hamas, which is a
I have
terrorist
so many
organization, which is
fucking
ISIS,
wires connected to this thing. What the fuck is wrong with this place?
innocent Israelis, and we go.
She literally just said civilians dying. is
Man,
the
this
problem.
shit's just like
Yeah,
Cyberpunk
literally, like,
2077.
in the
Still
same
fucking bugged as fuck. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, let me talk about those innocent. Let me talk about the innocent Israelis that you've just mentioned. Some of whom are now held hostage.
Yes.
What is, given the security failings?
Wait a second. Is this the same lady who had that disastrous interview with Jordan Peterson? It is, isn't it? Oh yeah. 6 years later.
You've alluded to yourself. Should the security minister resign, do you think?
Well, I'm not in the cabinet, and I can't make those decisions.
No,
I'm
just
a-
asking.
Man, fuck this
I'm a
base.
politician. Look, I think that at the moment we have to get the situation
No, yeah, cowardly. No comment. Yeah.
out of control. In control, we have to restore calm. We have to get the people that have been taken hostage back, and then.
Listen, how do you do that?
We have
Is
to have an investigation on what happened here.
Right.
There we go. One cable, like the whole goddamn thing.
Because some of them have been taken to Gaza.
Jesus
now.
Christ.
Is this ground offensive there the only option, or is that fraught with difficulty?
I just wanna
and
build
might
more
be better
shit.
Negotiating with Hamas, for example.
Well, I don't think Hamas is an honest organization to negotiate with, especially when everybody knows that they're the long arm of the Iranians. And if you ask me why this is happening, it's because Israel was making incredible advance towards peace with Saudi Arabia. There's a bigger picture here. And everybody else, all these innocent people on both sides, have been used as pawns.
So how is a ground offensive into Gaza, in your view, the only realistic option to have any prospect of bringing some of those hostages back?
Well, I don't see how an air campaign can bring hostages.
I mean, sorry, indiscriminate bombing can't bring hostages back. So, you know.
Which is now probably 100.
Let me see if he read up on navigation charts.
It's very, very sad. The situation
My man,
is
what's
sad.
good?
I'm close to this lady who's can't find her son already for 36 hours. He was at, ironically, a peace festival nearby at the rave, and at the moment we're
Navigation
in a situation
data,
where,
just one?
there are
Oh,
so many
fuck.
mothers and fathers who can't find their children. It is absolutely
Well, it's
tragic
better
what's
than
going on
nothing.
in Israel right
Thanks,
now.
bro.
Inhumane what's going on.
Fleur Hassan Nahum, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, here with me now is the Palestinian ambassador to the UK.
Oh,
Sam
here's the
He's a
navigation
senior member of
data.
Fatah, the party which
Fucking
controls the
nice.
Palestinian Authority and is a political rival of Hamas.
Hello.
Ambassador, you heard there about the people missing, the hostages taken, the mothers, the elderly.
Holy shit. He looks so unhappy.
About the people missing, the hostages taken,
Oh my god.
the mothers, the elderly women, children taken hostage. Will you condemn this atrocity by Hamas?
Kathy, I have had this question as a first question in every interview I did, and I refuse to answer that question because it is the reason why we as an international community have failed to depict the situation as it is. The business of always being obsessed with blaming the victim, the occupied, the colonized, the besieged, when in fact I didn't see you asking her to condemn. I didn't see you.
But I
did not
told
hear
you
your
to.
first
No.
question to condemn the killing of an entire family that your reporter.
No,
did you ask him to?
I think he should condemn, but at the same time, I do understand his frustration that, like, the language of condemnation is not brought up when when the IDF or Palestine or whatever, like, kills Palestinians or when Israel does this, that, the other. It's like, well, why do we do this? What about this? But it's never like, get an Israeli on the phone. Do you condemn the attacks on whatever? So I do get the frustration. I was on Twitter earlier and just like, because right now criticizing Israel in any capacity gets you a bunch of dumb fucks who are like, oh, so why do you think it's based to murder civilians? And there was one guy who replied to what I said, saying like, so you would have defended 9/11 too. So I replied, what is Blood Wathlin about? And he replied, do you or do you not condemn 9/11? Yes or no? And like, I'm not answering that. Fuck you. What the fuck do you mean? Why? There's not a rational question to ask in response to the prompt you've been given. You know, like if you like imagine if like every time there was like a black or like a civil rights leader or like a BLM dude or whatever who went on TV, talked to a reporter, and the reporter was like, "Do you condemn this black gang murdering this white woman?" What the fuck are you? That being said, I do think there's more of a disconnect in that example than there is here with regards to the condemnation of Hamas. I also do wonder about like whether or not he can condemn Hamas, because this guy, I mean, he's part of the Palestinian Authority, right? Like, would he face violent consequences? You know what I mean? I'm not sure.
Her on the people who are losing their lives in Gaza, and I'm asking you about the people who have lost their lives, the Israelis who have lost their lives.
It's tragic. It's tragic.
And you condemn that.
He lives in the UK because he's an ambassador. Yeah, but doesn't he? He's a part of the representative of the other party, right? Like, it's possible that what he says might like lead to consequences that could get people hurt. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating there. I mean, Hamas is like a dangerous group. They're a terrorist group. They do kill people who fight against them internally, right? They're not like, you know, they're not like internally to the Gaza Strip like a peaceful civil society or whatever. He's part of Fatah. They already had a civil war against Hamas. Yeah, but not currently, right?
Tragic. And this has to stop. And this approach by the international Western media has to stop also. There is no way we can draw symmetry. The one side that is responsible fully on this is the occupying power. You cannot draw symmetry between militant groups and what you call here in the West the only democracy in the Middle East.
But this was an unprovoked attack. There were people at a peace festival, at a music festival. Could be hundreds dead there, young people. They had no quarrel in this. They had no skin in this game. Why did they have to die?
So, I think that's a really fucked question to ask. This guy is part of the opposition party to Hamas, and you're still like, why do all these innocent people have to die? Like, that's so fucking loaded. Like, why would you? Because the implication by framing it that way is like this guy pressed the button on attacking the fucking.
What did I need fungal mold for?
You know,
Fuck.
like the framing here assigns a lot of responsibility and sort of denigrates the whole conversation by making it about like purely this act and not like the broader context around it. It's pretty fucking weird, but he's probably gonna fumble the question too, so I don't know.
Task here is to represent my
Oh, fuel burn for the Minotaur.
about the last 48 hours of what the Israelis have seen. My people have been seeing the same over a period of 75 years.
Okay, that was a pretty okay response. He's not here as a representative of Hamas. He's here as a representative of the Palestinian Authority. You know, I'm here to talk about my people, and my people are not fucking Hamas like insurgents. My people are the suffering of Palestine. You know.
This is about the Palestinian people, more than 13 million of us, that have been denied our very basic rights for almost a century.
Okay, I think that's pretty good, because again, the temptation might be to go like, I denounce Hamas and all their stuff, leaving outside all the complexities, like the possibility of there being reprisal or like retribution for that. It's also like, you don't want the conversation to be focused on that, and it's kind of fucked that it starts focused on that as well, right? Like, what Hamas has done in the past 48 hours is just a tiny fraction of the suffering that Israel has institutionally inflicted on Gaza with the backing of the Western world. So while it is bad what Hamas did, you know, like, this guy did not come here to show, this guy didn't come here to be like a little dancing monkey with a hat and say like, haha, we denounce Hamas, haha, we denounce Hamas. He came here to talk about like the vastly larger ongoing occupation of Palestine, which like, and these two are tied together, of course, because ending the occupation is how you end the violence. So that is what he wants to focus on, and it's clear in the language he chooses.
But I'm asking you, as a human being, would you urge Hamas to release those hostages? As a human being?
As a human being, I urge that people's legitimate rights are respected.
And that includes the hostages, because after all, taking hostages is illegal in international law.
I wish safety to everybody. But do you know, Kathy, that Israel has taken 2 million people in Gaza hostages for the last 6
See, you can tell by the way he laughs when he says that he's like kind of offended by the audacity of hyperfixating on Hamas's behavior when it pales in comparison to the broader context of the problem. Like yeah, okay, the Hamas thing is bad. Like, oh my God, like, look at what's like going on, you know?
people in Gaza hostages for the last 16 years.
And you heard me asking the deputy mayor that very question.
And I haven't had any in the Western media or the international politicians.
Chromatic metal, quantum computer, crystal sulfide. I'm pretty sure I have crystal sulfide.
Ironically, it's hostages taking hostages.
Well, I did tackle the lady in Jerusalem over that very point. But
I have one. How many do I need?
has now prompted this mighty vengeance, as Israel is calling it. The people of Gaza,
Yeah, I need
the ones
6.
who are going to
Fuck.
suffer, your people are going to suffer. So how do you bring this bloodshed to an end? How do you play your part in that?
By giving my family in Gaza, because they are in Gaza.
Like, I mean, I think it's pretty clear from the language that she offered, right? Like, her question to the lady from Jerusalem was, like, do you think...
Solar
do you
mirror,
think that,
wiring loom.
do you think that, like, a ground invasion is necessary? Like, what about the innocent Palestinians who will be hurt? And the lady is like, yeah, we might have to do a ground invasion. And also, like, yeah, we texted them before we blew up their apartment building. And it was, like, pretty much just like that, right? Like, there was nowhere near the sort of emphatic emotional language on, do you condemn this hurt? You know, how could you do this or whatever? Or like, do you denounce this behavior? The differences are subtle, but they're meaningful, and they sort of signify the default moral culpability that we assign in situations like this, where it is the oppressed who is asked again and again to answer for every mistake, every injustice made, while the oppressor is just, their behavior is just accepted as a default from which we, at most occasionally, disagree or tut-tut. Thank you, DM. I see you.
Hope, horizon,
Where is the
prospect. That's the question the Israelis need to ask
But
themselves.
I'm asking you that question.
No, that's not for me. Our people have been struggling for 100 years. Our people.
That's true. The Palestinians are not the ones who are currently responsible for creating hope. Their hopes have been dashed time and time again.
Acid,
by Israel.
wiring loom.
If Israel wants the fighting to end, they need to provide that path forward. They need to provide a way. Because so
How do I
far,
make
all
acid?
Israel has done is make things worse and worse
Mordite,
and worse.
fungal mold.
And threaten to make
I
things
can
even
buy some
more
wiring loom
worse
anytime from here.
if the Palestinians act up.
Oh no. Fuck. They don't have any. How do I make it?
Oh, sure, Pasalish.
Look,
Can't make it.
You know what
God
is
damn it.
so tragic as well is the supremacist thing in Israel, that they could go and wreak havoc everywhere. They could attack Palestinians, kill them, round them without charge or trial. They could steal our land. They could desecrate our holy places. They could besiege people for years. And then they ask why this is happening.
But there's
You
the
know, this
same.
is
There's the same
epitome of
attitude.
racism.
But there's the
This
same
is-
attitude by Hamas, right?
Ah, fuck, dude, fuck. Oh my god. This is exactly what I mean about appropriately framing the conversation. Because the attitude she's taking is this, like, well, isn't hate bad? Isn't violence bad? It's like, yes, but what about systemic analysis, right? Like, you know, what caused these conditions?
700 Israelis have
This
lost
is
their
the
lives.
epitome of racism. If we really want to nail it down, this is a moment that serves as an alarm, a wake-up call for all of us. There is no way around the Palestinian people and our issue. There is no way but to end this occupation. There is no other route but to enforce international law and international legitimacy.
Okay, but how does your party, Fatah, bring some pressure on Hamas? Do you talk to Hamas, for example?
See, look at this. He keeps trying to frame it to the broader issue, and she's like, so what are you doing to stop Hamas? No moral weight or culpability being placed on Israel. It's this guy's responsibility to... you're a good Palestinian, aren't you? Aren't you a good Palestinian? Well, then you should be dealing with those uppity Hamas people in your group, shouldn't you? Like, aren't they making things worse for everyone? And of course, they are, but there's another larger, more powerful group that's also making things much, much, much worse, and that's what this guy is trying to talk about, and she won't let him.
My party has been the party that has led the Palestine national movement. My party started the armed resistance long before Hamas. And then we gave up that and we committed to three things: recognizing Israel, committing to negotiations and nonviolence, and committing to international law and resolutions.
Are you talking to Hamas now? Are you urging restraint?
Literally, like that's all she wants to talk about. It is like a fucking, it's like sliding off of her like a fucking glass pane. Like, no matter what he says, he's leading into a point, no matter what argument or what framing, because, and this is like the default reaction by Western media, nothing can challenge the fundamental assumption of Israeli hegemony. No matter what, this has to be framed as like uppity Palestinians fucking up of, oh, well, will good Palestinians stop the bad Palestinians? It is indistinguishable from the way that racist right-wingers frame black-on-black violence here in the United States, where black people commit a disproportionate amount of crimes due to a wide range of socioeconomic conditions that lead to worse conditions in the environments where black people grow up, or it's more difficult for them to find social attainment or jobs, so there's a higher proportional likelihood that they might, say, join a gang or get involved in the drug trade. And then you look at that and you go, so you, good black person, what are you doing to stop black violence? Look at this black violence that's happening. And the good black person's job is to look at that and say, yes, that is black violence, and I think we should do it less. I, the good black, am saying to the bad blacks that they should cut it out. When, of course, in reality, this cycle, this engagement, this mode of addressing racial bias or racial violence, not only does it not work, it actually perpetuates the conditions that lead to that disparity. Do you condemn the rioting? Well, yes, the rioting is not good, but we must remember that it is a symptom of a greater social sickness. Do you condemn the rioting? I just said the rioting isn't good, but I want to focus this conversation on the way in which institutional policies that we've committed to have led to these. Do you condemn the rioting? Like, it's like every time. I just always remember, you just learn to identify this kind of propagandizing. Everyone here understands what I'm talking about, right? Everyone here understands. No dipshit watching right now is interpreting this as a moral defense of Hamas or anything like that, right? We all fully understand what's going on here, right? The reason, the fact that what I'm talking about is not immediately identifiable to most people is why they do it. Propagandizing and narrative peddling are most effectively done when they're done in ways that don't make people feel like they're consuming bullshit.
That was 30 years ago. We did that.
Okay, but not now? You have no leverage.
Israel was expected to do one thing, end its occupation, stop its colonization.
All right.
You know what happened. So
okay.
You come
Ambassador, I'm so sorry, we're out of time.
Sorry. And all she wanted to do was get the good Palestinian to say that the bad Palestinian is bad, and he wanted to talk about the broader systemic issue, so nope, she's not here for it. Nope, sorry.
Ambassador Zomlot, thank you very much for joining us. And on tomorrow's programme, we'll be speaking to Israel's ambassador to the UK. A 20-year-old British man is one of those who died in Yemen.
Yep. Can't wait to hear the Israeli ambassador's take on the issue.
Yesterday's attack. Nathaniel Young was serving in the Israeli army when he was...
Then literally,
Let me see if
like,
moving my
2
base
seconds
computer
after
will
shooing
help.
that guy off for not following your narrative, start doing like biopics on the people who were killed. Not, mind you, a bad thing to do. I have nothing against eulogizing the dead who died unjustly. However, sure does lean into the idea that there is one very specific narrative that you're willing to peddle on your broadcast, and the moment that guy made it clear he wasn't playing along with it, you go right back onto your regularly scheduled programming.
Still not
Fantastic
giving me
stuff.
hazard protection. So what actually determines where my base is?
I don't know. People in chat are asking like what I think could be done to fix the Israel-Palestine. Dude, I don't fucking know. There is no solution that's going to make people happy. There is no way to get... You know what the Palestinian people deserve? All of it back. You know what Israeli citizens deserve? To not be kicked out of the land they were born in. These two desires are completely irreconcilable. There is literally no way to make everyone happy. Whatever is going to happen is going to leave a lot of people upset, and honestly, a lot of people hurt. Like, that's inevitable. And you know why that's happening? Thank Israel and thank Britain. Like, you know, that they are the original progenitors of this suffering. They are the people who have spawned it. It was guaranteed suffering that was set in the earth like a seed and has grown to a mighty tree of suffering. And the only, like, the tree can grow, the tree can be rooted, the tree can be burnt down. People are going to suffer no matter what happens. Personally, I think that ending the occupation, even though that could go wrong in many ways, will produce vastly less suffering than letting the status quo persist. Isn't it also America's fault too? I mean, it's a lot of people's fault. Yeah. The U.S. is sending a task force to help Israel. Yeah, Posadishtan, didn't you say you're going to link that we're sending like a naval fleet or something? I did? Do it again. Thank you. Okay. This is a LARP. There's nothing that we can do to, like, change the outcome of what's going on right now. The U.S. is moving their Ford Carrier Strike Group, consisting of a deck of warplanes and about 5,000 sailors, to the Eastern Mediterranean in a show of force meant to assist Israel. This is stupid. This is literally like a bunch of ragtag Hamas terrorists fly across the border fence with like paragliders and boat fans. It's like, all right, we're going to be deploying the Ford Carrier Strike Group. We have the firepower to level about 1/4 of the Earth's surface. We're going to park that on over by the edge of the Mediterranean and do nothing with it, obviously. It's just stupid fucking LARP. Wasting boat fuel. The only like possible legitimate reason to move this out here is because Egypt has threatened military reprisal if they feel Israel overcommits to their reprisal against Gaza. So Israel has to take Egypt's threat seriously, even though I don't think there's much likelihood they'll actually follow through in it. So like that's the only thing that it's really deterring. It's not the only thing we're
So,
over. 75 million.
what?
in aid.
Apparently, there's like part of the base that
Palestine?
isn't
Oh, that's nice.
properly connected.
75 million is like an infinitesimally small fraction of what we've sent Israel, but okay. $75 million
Maybe.
in weapons for
I don't
Palestinians.
know.
No, of course not. Crucial food assistance. That's good.
Yeah, these whole
I mean,
walls are
75 million is
good.
a lot of food, right? Hopefully it
Got
makes its
floor
way there. and
panels
doesn't, I
all
don't
the
know,
way
get stopped
through.
at the fucking border fence or whatever.
Yep. The entire thing is
And
covered.
weapons to the Israelis. Yeah, we're giving them military support as well.
Maybe
It
it's
doesn't
the
matter. Like,
top of
again,
the base that fucked it
it's
up.
like a LARP. Like this doesn't. The only thing of consequence here is like meant as a deterrent to Egypt or Iran reprising. But
Yeah, have
again,
this all
Israel
closed
is a
off.
nuclear nation. I really don't think that's going to happen. So it's just, you know.
What the fuck? This is
They're saying the
weird.
carrier
Yeah, some of
group
these
is a
lights
plan
don't
B
connect
for
either. What the
possible
fuck is
evacuation
this?
/ humanitarian efforts. The Giga Ultra based outcome that isn't going to happen, but it would be cool if it did happen, would be if Israel commits so hard to the ethnic cleansing that America is like, all right, everyone, we're doing that World War II boat lift all over again. Give us your hungry and tired, all right? All you Palestinians take refuge under the artillery strike range of the Ford Carrier Strike Group. We're gonna carve out like a crescent from the Gaza Strip that their cannons can touch. You're safe as long as you're there. None of this will happen, but it would make for a good, I don't know, Metal Gear Solid mission premise. Personally, I think Iran will test a nuclear weapon. Maybe one day, but Iran shouldn't have any.
So I have hazard
nuclear
protection
weapons
on
that are ready
this
to
side
use
of
it.
my base.
They're still building that like underground mountain facility for enriching.
Does it
uranium.
matter where the
There's no
fucking
way they
save
have
beacon
enough,
is? That's the
enriched
save
uranium yet.
beacon.
I guess unless they got it from somewhere else. But even then, where did they get it from? Already enriched? No, I don't. They shouldn't have anything.
The fuck?
Russia? Maybe. I don't think the Russian government would give nukes to Iran.
Yeah, that's
That would
the signal
implicate them
booster.
in ways that a lot of people would not. No, I don't think so. Guys, I don't think Iran would be committing to the construction of uranium enrichment facilities, which are very expensive, if they had like a commercial source of nuclear weapons. Doesn't have to be the government. I mean, I guess it could be black market stuff. I don't know. Nice try, Sophia. I really feel like people are saying this is World War III or unlearn of Yeah, people who are saying this is World War III.
Nope, ceiling
like,
is
don't know
the
what they're talking
same
about.
exact
You guys
height.
need to dial the fuck down, okay? You're doing that meme where it's like there's
And
the big
on the
world
upper
map and
floor
there's an
too,
explosion
ceiling is on the
somewhere
same
8,000
height.
miles
It's
away,
just
and
on
there's a
this
white
side
lady
of my
in
base.
Minnesota who's like, oh my god, I'm so scared.
Hold
Please dial
on.
it down, okay? I don't know, like, I don't know if you think Hamas is a nuclear power, but the thing that leads to World War III is two nuclear nations fighting. That's the big problem, right? That's the thing, you know, and that's not on the table here. Even if Egypt got involved, they're not nuclear. Egypt hates Gaza, Lamau. Well, no, it's complicated. Egypt is kept open like a port of travel between the Gaza Strip and itself, and they defend. No, they don't defend Palestinians. They view the Gaza Strip and the oppression of the Palestinians as a useful political tool to justify their hatred of Israel. That's the closest, yeah. Isn't Egypt allied with the U.S.? Well, we're also allied with Saudi Arabia, so, yeah. They like/want Gaza but hate Hamas. Well, Hamas is like a destabilizing force. They literally blockade Gaza? Well, no. There's like a 12-mile border between Gaza and Egypt, and they keep the border open for travel. Thousands of people travel across it every month. Hold on. Egypt.
Man, I don't fucking know.
Gaza border crossing. The Rafah border crossing is the only crossing point between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. Let's look at it on YouTube. I love being able to just look up stuff like that on YouTube. That's cool.
Bassam Abu Shafak has a problem with his eyesight. He tried getting it fixed in the Gaza Strip, but the operation didn't work. Now he's heading to Egypt for treatment. The crossing goes quickly and smoothly, but it wasn't always this simple. Bassam has bad memories of trying to get into Egypt back in the days when Mubarak was still in power.
The Rafah border crossing from the Gaza
Alright, we're pretty good for now. Got my base looking good. Got my Glizzy hyperdrive. On my fucking solar panels.
talks on Monday in Cairo. I missed my first semester at the university in Egypt due to the repeated closure. I hope that the crossing will open permanently. This crossing must stay open. I believe that the move was designed to create a
A
better
big part of it is Egypt wanting migrant workers. Oh, for sure, for sure. As Egypt said they might intervene if they felt Israel's response was too severe. It was Vosh just being hypothetical. Didn't they say that?